I
Oh
you
my
were
God.
warned. Everybody was warned. You know what was happening here.
We did. We did. We
Yes.
knew it was going live.
We did know it was going live. Yes.
Oh man.
So happy Wednesday,
Um,
everybody.
yeah, this is like
Um,
the most Wednesday we've had in a while. I feel like I'm already exhausted, right? My week personally really started on Sunday, and I haven't had like a slow day since. So,
Mm.
like, I'm really glad that we get to do this right now. I'm a little low on the tank. I think a couple of us are. So tonight might be a little chill, y'all. Like,
Might be.
we,
Might
I think
be.
we'll see.
several of
I
us have spoons in short supply. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, we're High Shelf Gaming. We play games. This is Blades in the Dark tonight. We're gonna be playing Cyberpunk on Saturday, um, and then I don't think we have any other games until Blades in the Dark the following Wednesday. I have to think about it because we're gonna be playing Werewolf on I think the 20th of this month,
Yep.
which is a Tuesday the 20th. Yeah, so we're gonna be playing Werewolf in a couple of weeks, and we've got our next horrific spooky gaming not this Friday but the following Friday. So so it's just Blaze in the Dark and Cyberpunk this week, and hopefully I get my podcast episode out this week too. It's like real close to being done, so that'll be good.
Yay. We
hand it
want it.
over.
Yeah, right.
Give it to us.
Yeah. So soon, my friends. And actually, the last one we did about player character death is like still getting mentions and stuff. Like
Oh, is it?
it's been going well. I think
That's good.
it's a strong episode. So yeah, the next one will be less than that. It'll be good. Yeah, so I'm going to turn over to you, Mike, and let's get some Duskfall, Lightning Walls, Ghost Town action going on here.
Ghost Town is in town filled with ghosts, not an empty town. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy,
Hi.
wouldn't you
Welcome
be
back out.
surprised if you were like, "Oh, it's a ghost town. I'll show
Hey,
up," and it's like full of people. And you're like, "Wait," and then there's ghosts. It's like, "Oh God, they're eating me," or whatever it
that
is
or
they
just
eat.
split the difference and like it is like an old abandoned old west town and it's full of ghosts. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah. So hey, welcome back out, everybody who's coming back for Wednesdays. We play Blades in the Dark. It's a game. Uh, we play a group of. I don't necessarily play a member of the group, but a group of scoundrels and ne'er do wells out to earn their fortune by any means necessary. Everybody else here is a member of the Faceless, a crew of shadows, spies, and saboteurs. And they live in the city of Duskfall, a sort of Victorian London-ish type city in a world where it used to be like a fantasy setting, and then somebody on their great "we have to do the save the world" quest failed. So the cataclysm happened, and the sun was snuffed out, and ghosts don't go away, and eventually they start trying to eat people, and then kind of go feral and need to feed on living energy. So yeah, everybody's clustered in these cities, surrounded by big walls of lightning, fed off machines that generate power based on the blood of giant squid demons that they have to send out whaling ships for. Um, so yeah, the rich get richer, everybody else just tries to get rich, and that's where
That's where
everybody
we
here
are.
comes into play.
Mhm.
That's where we
Um,
are. We're at the try to get rich stage.
yes, the try to get rich stage. Um, yes. So yeah, we are missing Demas, played by Ethan, down there in the corner tonight, unfortunately, but life happens. So yeah,
Yeah, and it's
what do
it's
you
a
want
it's
to?
a it's a real humdinger because we were gonna do like a big Ethan session tonight. All of a couple of those threads on the spider's web were gonna be pulled, and so instead we're gonna see what Maribel has and what Griffith and Ohm come up to, and
Which is
that'll
going
be
It's
to be
good.
always good.
totally,
Yeah,
totally safe and reliable. Nothing
yeah,
bad ever
yeah.
comes out of
Best.
having all the
Don't
Griffith make decisions.
I
don't you
think
worry about it.
what we need to do is that we need to make Dad happy and do a mission that gets us money. I think that's what we need to do.
Man, this is starting to seem like a not okay like work dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be a horn. We're all gonna come running up to a car. Like, I'm not into it. But yeah, I think if we spent another session not making money for the crew, like they'd be like, "What are we doing? Why are we here?"
Deems is gonna lose his mind.
Well, and
Yeah.
especially y'all are like close to increasing in tier as a crew also, and that's
Right.
you need
Mhm.
money. Like you need money for that to happen. So yeah.
Is there some way to tie that into one of our other schemes that we've got going on, like stealing hull parts to make another hull of the thing, or figuring out who our patron is as like information that we could sell? Um, or we have a couple other threads that we had chasing along. Um, the unicorn seems impossible to make money on unless we find a breeder.
We have to find
Um,
it first.
Yeah, it's like we need to go get it back.
Yeah, but you know,
And
like if we had like a breeder lined up or something, as like we get an
I don't want
immediate
to be the one
payout.
to have to like explain these mathematics on screen, but
Yeah.
going to the breeder with one unicorn.
No. Like they already have the other
Not
one.
how that
Come
works.
on, buddy. Work with me here.
I think leaning into like the holes and that like might be useful, but uh Raja is more concerned about where the ghosts are going, and Maribel is kind of like on the fence of what we could do, but she's definitely more geared to we need to make some cash. So
Yeah, stealing
yes,
parts
Gia
for
goes. That's what we could do.
yeah, go find out what happened to I know what happened to that ghost bomb. I know exactly what happened to that sucker. The red Sasha's got that, and they're holding on to it. And if we go poking around too much, our
Yeah, do we really?
closest ally might have opinions about that.
I
Is
don't.
it?
I think the Wraiths have it now,
Oh, really?
hmm
Okay. Okay.
which is more problematic for us.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
So that's what investigation is for.
Yes, which we will spend some time doing in just a moment. Right? So now that I tried to point and got it wrong, and now I remember how to figure out how to point the right way, that's Katrina, and she can tell us about Maribel.
I am Katrina. I play Maribel this slide. She is second in command of the group, and she likes to collect secrets, especially yours.
And then down right below Katrina in the overlay here is Casey as Griffith.
Hey, how y'all doing? Name's Casey. I play Griffith, aka Ghost, and he enjoys hunting the most dangerous things if he's not the one being hunted.
Right. We've had some role reversal on that one lately.
Yeah, and we solved that. We think.
We did. No, she's in a bottle. That ain't coming back. Like,
I mean, if we put her, we put her in a hole.
that's
Might
true.
come back.
That's true. That's true. Well, you know, that's how you earn your freedom. You got to fight in the ring.
Do we want her to earn her freedom?
No, dude,
Oh.
game is rigged. Game is rigged.
Ah,
Okay.
gotcha. Cool. Because if you don't think he won't throw that, you don't think Ghost won't go to the lightning rod and yeet that hole into the thing if she wins.
Here's how you do it. You have her pinned as the underdog. She wins 3 bouts real fast, right? And then people start betting on her big for the final. Uh-oh, doesn't work out. So sad.
What gangster movie have you been watching here lately, David?
Isn't that just how sports betting works?
No. Well, yes, but no.
Yes, but that doesn't make it right. Okay, let's.
What you
Yeah.
really do is that you're an NBA ref, and then you get in good with the mob.
There it
There you
is.
go.
There it is. Yeah.
That
Where they
sounds like
find
so
leverage
much
on you.
work.
Yeah.
What is-
So there you go. That's the plan, is be an NBA ref and make money. So
Well, no, you got to get in with the mob first, and then the money comes. You know,
shit.
you gotta find a reason.
Got it. All right. Well, now I know. Oh, and I think I'm the only one who hasn't introduced Ohm yet. Ohm is the tinkerer of the group, also known as a leech. I'm supposed to be sabotaging things. Ohm is Tekarosi, much like my cousin Griffith. And yeah, Ohm is a bit of a mad scientist, tinkerer slash generally pretty innocent of the crew, or rather naive. I wouldn't say innocent. Naive is Ohm's gig.
We haven't told him that Santa Claus isn't real yet.
Yeah.
But it will probably be better when you do for like the Blades version of Santa Claus. That's terrible. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the Blades version of Old Saint Nick is not a friendly visitor. It's
It's
not
more
who you want.
Krampus. It's more
Yeah.
Krampus than Santa Claus.
Eating
It's
children
gonna be,
and
it's gonna
things.
be
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Santa Claus isn't real. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So what you mean? I can go south of the river? It's like, well, no, you still can't do that. But Krampus isn't the one that's going to kill you. It's going to be something else. All right.
Yes. So it's another black afternoon in Duskfall here, where we have trying to remember all the things that we did do last time. You know, everybody got their downtime. Uh, we had some. We showed Lorena around the lair. We had a meeting with Cinder and Tuhan, talking about some developments with the mask, and then being proud of the developments that you all have made with the mask so far, having a feature request.
Mm-hmm. Having a
Um,
feature request like they
yes.
do.
They wrote their user story, they put it on the board. It's like, okay, now we have to wait for it to get into the next sprint. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then Rajna went out and she spent some time hanging out at Quoen's Quick Quality Quaffs. Your source for the best quaffs in all of Duskfall. Yeah. So I know there was some talk about the ghosts that have been going on lately.
Mhm.
Seeing the wraiths around. I think Raja also went and talked to Flint, people
Yep.
Flint the spirit trafficker, and asking him about like the people who've been buying and selling ghosts lately.
And that's the
Um,
race.
they were high up on the list. Yeah.
So,
I think as this like as we start wherever you're at, there's probably like a newspaper that like lying on the ground as we do like somebody walking into the lair. Um, that talks about like the headline is talking about former Scotland separatist found drowned in river. So it's like sitting there in the gutter. Like somebody steps on it and muck. Like then they end up like kind of, low angle beginning shot as the episode here begins.
Hmm.
is that something our boy had something to do with? I think so. Right?
I mean, not to throw anybody under the bus, but probably.
Okay. All right. Good stuff.
Hmm.
I'm sure that's all according to plan.
Or if he didn't, it will be very interesting to find out who did.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
don't know if like I don't know if Demas on like the big map full of pins and like strings and like yarn and like Pepe Sylvia everywhere. Like if he has ones that are like other people who were in like his similar situation. Like, his family got kind of like ousted from the consulate and like the Scotland government when they reunified with the Empire. Um, if he does, then like that person who's there is probably in it in the like, people who were in the same web of having been hosed over by the government as I was kind of color string.
Oh, right, because you said separatist, which would be separating the two. So this would have
Yeah,
been
one of the people on the
a
side of like
potential ally
Scotland.
of Demas's.
Yeah, somebody who was on the independence
That's
side of the fight for Scotland independence. Losing
that
some
is the
the
opposite.
Unity War. Yeah.
Yeah, that is something that Demas will certainly want to know.
Yes. And Demas will have strong opinions about that, but Ohm will not.
One will be like,
Because
oh, people died in the river. It's happened an awful lot in this city.
yeah, people should avoid the river, I think. Somebody should put up a sign. I don't know, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time in the river now.
So what's the plan, kids? What do we want to do?
So, would investigating the wraith net us material or money?
If we were to recover what Raja thinks they have, it would net us money.
Well, then Griffiths is like, let's do that.
So we would need to determine if it is what we think it is, which is Ghost Bomb. And then, because that would be investigatory, and then figure out how to steal it or get it back. Or if it's not Ghost Bomb, figuring out what the Wraiths are doing and then taking it from them.
Sounds like a plan to me. Then Griffiths be like, yeah, we either become the heroes or we just take it. Either way. Red Shastas will probably like it.
Indeed. What do you think,
I think, well, we don't know. We know a lot about the Wraiths compared to any other group. We know at least where their hideout used to be. It may not be there anymore, but we also know that they work with Skurlock.
Yeah.
So I think being aware of their actions and what they're up to generally makes us safer, because them being in Skurlock's orbit kind of puts them at odds against us. So
right, and we've already had dealings with them.
mm-hmm.
What might be best is for Ghost for you to kind of track them down. Raja was saying that they've been going to Flint a lot. So, I mean, they're from Six Towers. So that, I think they're from Six Towers, right?
I think their hideout was over by the.
They had a hideout in Silk
had a
Shore
hideout
that
in Six Towers.
you guys busted into at one point. But I think in the game itself, they've been doing a fair amount over in Six Towers. Like that's where the dead drop was.
That's right.
Had and you took, and then they took it back. It's like they operate over around that area.
The other option, something we haven't done, this is kind of out of character, but something we haven't done in a while is tried to expand our turf and territories.
Yeah.
So I'd be down for. I guess I would add that as another possibility for us. Not that I like favor it over finding out what's going on with the Wraiths, but we only have the one thing of turf. We don't have lookouts. We don't have gambling den. We don't have, there's all these things in here that are beneficial to us.
Hold on, let me look at. Can we only do one? Like we have to go by the lines? Is that?
Yeah, I think they have to connect.
Ideally, yeah.
So we can get like informants, fence, or covert drops, or gambling den and lookouts.
We tend to do espionage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what if we did try for another drop? Take over, maybe not even the Wraiths, maybe a different tier of crew somewhere else. Because that would get us money, and that would be good for Demas. For what Demas would want from us. What would be not? What is something that objectively we could take? And without messing with the Wraiths, because we've already done that one.
I mean, you could find a covert drop that belongs to somebody else.
Yep.
It belongs to somebody else, and you're going to have to take it from them instead.
Well, yeah. I just don't want to do it from the crew that we already lost it to once.
Right.
We could try and find out, did the Storm Crows have something established? So
Or
someone
the
has,
crows themselves.
yeah, the crows. That's a great point. Yeah, so like maybe find one of those drops in and around Crow's Foot, or maybe there's something like kind of south of Crow's Foot, down in the Dogtown or Knackers or whatever.
Maybe
Hmm?
the
Dogtown
sheets.
and Knackers.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to think of something that's not like actually in our district, but it's close. That's why I was looking south.
Like, what's that? Let me zoom in.
Char Hollow's the next district south, yeah. So that's where like Dogtown and the Sheets are. Strangford
Okay.
Island.
This is just me kind of, and what I'm thinking is someone else has probably already taken that from the crows and taken it from the storm crows and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But my hope is that their hold on it is not super strong. Or maybe it's continuing to change hands, and we can try and like, put some real good, tech stuff there to like lock it down, or even dedicate a resource to it, like the gutter snipes or something like that, to help us hold it.
So you're saying in our neighborhood or our
I was thinking like the
In-
neighborhood south of us,
Yeah, Char
Okay.
Hollow.
but
the next
nearby.
district
Like
south.
I don't want it to be all the way over in like whatever Bright Moon or whatever the place
Mhm.
is, I don't want it super far away. But to expand us into one other territory area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like that
I
green
agree.
line across the bottom is the divider between um, Crow's Foot and Char Hollow, which is the next district
Mhm.
south.
Yeah. So what gangs are in Char Hollow? This is also where the place where Demas goes, right? Is down
you're
in
right.
Char Hollow.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Ulf Ironborn and his crew are down in Char Hollow too. They're down in like that south part of it where there's the bridge that goes down to the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Salt.
Good
Bless
intake.
you.
Thank you. I was trying to get to the mute button, failed. I'm kind of liking Dogtown if we go this way because it's not too far away. We could easily get there by boat if we had one.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's right there off the river. So, like, we necessarily don't have to cross a bridge. It'd be like, you see what I'm pinging at? Like, if there's a building over here, that's our hideout. If we can get like somewhere in this area, it's right there. The gutter snipes can always keep an eye on it. They're not too far away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to like sniff around and see who's been there, who operates out of that area and stuff like that, you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Ohm's got some prowl. I'll mask up, wear somebody's face, and start patrolling that area.
Yeah. Separately, I'll mask up, but just with the black mask, and just start putting out feelers and talking to folk, talking to whatever contacts I have over there.
Okay.
Uh,
Mm,
I'll go with I'll go with Ohm. I'll black mask it though instead of wearing somebody's face.
Cool.
I got 2 in prowl, so see what happens.
okay. Yeah, I mean, do you guys want to do like a group prowl around that with you guys working together, or?
I'm down for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like what Ghost and Styx are gonna do, we're gonna be like quietly casing the place and getting the lay of like who is clearly operating in here, right? Like not just like passing through and doing like little things, but like who has guys standing around guarding assets and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what you and I are going to be picking up on mostly, is like who are the residents, not the tourists of this area.
Yeah. Who's got the big guy with the big gun standing somewhere? Who's got guard animals? You
Yep.
know,
Okay.
color matching clothes. Because
That's what they do. Yep. Yep. I've got pretty decent prowl as well. So, as a group action, it's both of us roll, and if either of us fails, the other person takes stress, or the
So
leader of the action.
one person has to be the leader of the action.
Okay.
Then everybody will roll the same actions roll for each character, and then whatever's the highest results that one of you comes up with, that's how it goes.
Okay.
And if anybody fails, then the person who was leading the roll takes one stress.
Okay.
Gotcha. Did
Plus,
we ever take that?
we have an ability. Sorry, we have when you perform a group action, you may count multiple sixes from different rolls as a critical success.
That's what I was getting ready to ask. Like, did we take that?
We did.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. Then I'll lead the thing.
Oops.
I'm pretty good on stress. Oh, maybe I should be.
Ignore that. I thought you already. I saw the chat. I already thought you rolled. That's on me. Ignore that one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ignore that one, Mike. Because
Okay. I'm on it. Just waiting to see if roll 20 things like, yeah, that 4 was your best roll for the night. And like, yeah.
Mhm.
So I'll lead it between. Is
Okay.
it all three of us making prowl rolls, or just Griffith and?
It's just you two working together and like the
All
thing
right,
that you're
perfect.
doing, and then
Yeah.
we'll handle Maribel separately.
Perfect. No bonus die. Boom.
Yeah, there's a 6.
There's 1 6.
All right. Don't screw it up,
Yeah, dude.
Griffith.
And I like to think that they are.
It's not bad.
Yeah, pair of
Yeah.
fives ain't nothing. Yeah, I like to think that they're like on rooftops, or like Griffith is on a rooftop speaking to Ohm, who's walking
Yeah.
the city, on the street level.
He can't be.
Why
He
not?
doesn't have the other mask.
Oh no! Like all the little maskies, yeah, they're all upgraded. They've all got the comms. They've all got the comms.
Okay.
I thought it was just that one.
Oh no! Ohm will have been upgrading them so that we all have faces. We all have
Oh, I need to.
voice disguise. And the thing is that the comms, you have to decide which mask you're paired with,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have to take out the like rib bone from a fish and put in the whatever from a rabbit, or whatever the thing is.
And they have
All
like the
right.
corresponding,
Yeah.
rabbit.
Right,
Yeah.
but
So
that
you
one,
decide who you're talking to. Yeah, you decide who you're talking to.
but
Oh,
the
and
one specifically I have is what's her name's tooth in it.
Oh yeah. You have the one that has Costa's tooth in it. Yeah. And maybe it makes sense. Actually, this is a really good thing. We as characters probably all want to be able to decide who we're going to have comms with that day. So you probably have both of Costa's teeth.
I did not tell you that I took that mask,
Oh, fair enough. All right, so you only have the one mask with Costa's tooth in it.
and I have my normal mask.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So I would think in like all of us would have, or we could work on this, but have it so that you have both paired items, and you can say, "Hey, here's this," so you and I can talk. You give
Mhm.
over one, kind of thing, and the expectation is that you're going to get it back when the job is done.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, I'll just be up there, just kind of directing you towards like little places, like, hey, this guy looks pretty suspicious. Check it out. Or, hey, I saw a group of guys going to this building. Maybe
Right.
that might be something.
Yeah, or you tell me there's a pack of blue coats, so I know to like get off the street.
Yeah,
Kind of
definitely. Like, yo, we got cops.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think that might be it. He may clue you into like there's a couple blue coats that are headed like down this street, and they are like they turn the corner on this street, and as you're like kind of like picking up the pace, like kind of like I'm gonna get to the other side and walk away from them. You see kind of a smallish. Um, he's Akarosi. He's like local. He's from like the Duskfall area, based on his like kind of hairstyle and like coloring and things like that. But he's carrying this like little cloth canvas bag, and he's like looking around a lot, and he goes into this like ratty looking butcher shop. Um,
It actually butchers rats. That's that's what they provide.
it's like that probably is an entire
pr-
case in place. Yes.
premium rodent meat, like fatted rats.
Gross.
Seaweed fed rats
Yeah.
for extra flavor.
Free range.
Yeah, exactly. Free range.
We just catch random rats in the city. It's all
You can really taste the fight in them.
Pizza rat or go home.
Pizza rat.
Just out here trying to supply food for his kids.
Yeah, you see that guy like go into the place, and like blue coats are kind of still coming down the street, and then you see that guy like the door kind of flies open, and that guy comes out and like lands on his butt in the street, and like a couple guys in these like filthy butcher aprons, and one has like a big ass meat cleaver, and the other one's holding an actual hatchet, like pointed him, and it's like, you come up short again, you're going home in pieces. And the blue coats like see it happen and like don't raise a word, don't whisper, don't stop anybody here in the streets. They kind of like, glance over at these like butcher dudes who like kind of, yeah, and then like, turn around and they go back into the butcher shop. And dude kind of like brushes himself off, landing here in this puddle in the middle of the street. Kind of like, goes off back around his.
So they're in charge. Good.
Well, isn't that interesting, cousin?
I would very much like to understand who these people are. I'm gonna follow this guy they just tossed.
Okay.
Yeah, he walks a few blocks over. He heads back across Dogtown, across Bridge Road, to like the east side of Dogtown there,
Okay,
which I can try to map here for
I
the
can
screen
see
so
it.
you can see what I'm actually talking about. Um,
So he's heading like over this way, like
yeah,
over
so
there.
like you guys, like the butcher shop was like probably, wow, my lines are like way too big to be visible there. But,
No, but I get it. I get it. Yeah, it was over there. I think
yeah,
that's
and
best. Just a
then
big
he
smudge.
heads back. That is like absolutely not at all what I meant to show you. I just do here. I just want a line. And yellow line, then he goes up and like he goes across and like heads off the other side there. Right.
Okay.
If you follow him far enough, he eventually makes it to like a really small, like when you say that like there's like one of these buildings that's a stop, like usually it's like, oh, it's like 10 feet, and this is like you can get like 2.5 people across into like this little one where like they took one of those like kind of built a wooden wall through the middle of it kind of deal
Mm-hmm.
to make them even smaller so they could rent this cheap ass space to even more people.
Right, of course.
Because they could only afford X portion of it. And it's like it's a shoe store, like it's a cobbler shop. Like, like you get your work boots fixed in 48 hours with 25% off. Like,
Okay.
with like little tiny like asterisk next to it, like down at the bottom, like little tiny stuff that's paid out. So there will be no discount if it's over 8 hours.
Okay, so the guy's a cobbler.
Yeah.
All right. Then Ohm is going to kind of duck into an alley.
Okay.
Out of sight. Check the alley. Make sure there's nobody else back here with them. And Ohm
Yeah.
will take off the mask.
Yeah.
And
I think there's probably like kids farther back, but like not close enough that it's a problem, right? Like
sure.
there's atmospheric activity somewhere that says you're in like
Sure.
appropriate.
And I'll I'll take off the mask and stash it, and go into the cobbler's shop.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's got like this little, um, he's got like the jingle bells, or so he's got like this little like strand of like 4 or 5 of them that like hangs on the inside of the door. So when it opens, they kind of make
Yeah,
a little
Ohm
noise.
sneaks their long little fingers through that door and like grabs them.
You
Yeah,
mean
so
the
you
Ohm
just get like
special? Ohm's favorite
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
it's
Just
it's
reach
not
around that
nearly as bad
door.
as Quellen, who has like a really like bright
Yeah.
sounding bell that like ding, 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 like this would be like
Hmm.
we're gonna sing jingle bells, but like have the intro. This is like
Yeah.
you kind of like dampen them, so there's just like that little like the ball rattling around inside a couple of them noise instead.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Yeah, much more tolerable for Ohm's
yeah,
sensibilities. Yes.
and I think the guy comes back out, and he's like got a handkerchief, and he's like, oh, yes, sir, what can I help?
Um, Hello, I understand that you will cobble some shoes. Yes.
I got yes, yes.
Do you do other leather working as well, or just sole work?
I think he will he will try to spin it as he can do anything, but like you
Sure.
can definitely tell that like he can do anything. Like he can do
Sure.
other things if he tried, like, but like working shoes is definitely the thing he knows.
Okay.
Like,
Um, well, then Ohm will strike up a a conversation about their shoes and needing to get them mended. Um, and we'll like take a place to sit and have him come and inspect them. Like Ohm's not going to take off their shoes, but wants the guy to look at them, kind of thing. Um, and then like while the guy is down there inspecting, looking at the shoes, Ohm is going to ask, uh, now I understand that you may have a rate, but what is the rate of the man who gave you that extra mark on your face today?
um, he goes from like when you first sit down and he starts looking at the shoes, like your shoes are probably fine, and he's coming up with like arguments for like, oh yeah, well you can see there's some wear down here, and you want to hit it before it's time to actually have a problem, like
Mm-hmm.
um,
He's doing the pitch. Yeah, it's good.
yeah. But then like when you say that, he'll be like, so they um it's, like they're I'm not sure he knows how or why you would recognize that someone else did this to him. Like, um, but he also like he hems and haws and tries to pass it off, but like it's obvious you know something, and you'll be like, oh, like two coin a month
Just for doing business.
in Bill Hook's territory. Yes.
Mm. And doesn't seem like a very pleasant individual.
No, they're not.
Oh, nothing about this place is pleasant. I do like you in your shop, though.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I try to do the best quality work that I can, like that. And he's like, looking at like the little like shoes that are on display on the rack behind him, and where there's barely enough room in here for like you in a chair against one wall and him to check your boots, and then the wall like directly behind him.
Nice, nice. Um, yeah. So I guess the only other piece of information that Ohm would want to get out of the guy is um, like a sense of how big Bill Hook's gang is.
So they're the
Um,
Bill Hooks. It is not Bill
oh,
Hook.
the Bill
It's
Hooks.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not somebody named Bill Hook. They are named the Bill Hooks. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Ohm would want to get a sense for how big the Bill Hooks are out of this guy, um, and that'd be the last thing that Ohm would dig for. Um,
Um,
if you want that to be a roll, I completely understand, because like the first thing is kind of like he can't get out of it, but this thing he might want to get out of it.
Yeah.
Is
Like
this
if
a
you're trying to,
consort or a sway?
I think this is a consort, right? Like you're trying to get something from him. You're not trying to change his mind.
Sure. Oh, nice.
All right, that's pretty good. Sorry, I was just trying to grab the thing to try to give him a name. No, I need that.
Bill Hooks. Okay, let me write that down.
Yeah, so his name is Clave Barsan. He's the
I always
common.
found Bill Hooks.
Billhooks.
Thank you.
Um, I think the thing he will tell you is that he doesn't know how many actual bill hooks there definitely are, right? But that the bill hooks have like this network of like violent butchers, like all the butcher shops in Char Hollow pretty much are like fronts for the bill hooks.
Good.
Like, I mean, I know there's probably I've actually run into like at least 6 actual bill hooks in my time, but I also know that like if you operate a business here, they assign you a butcher shop you go to, and that's where you make your payments.
And I'm sorry, this guy's name again, one more time.
Clave, Clave,
Okay.
Barsan, Barsan.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
Actually,
Ohm will remember this guy's contact information, not contact information, but he'll remember the shop and the gentleman and all that good stuff, and maybe buy, I don't know, laces from the guy, right? Just so that there's some kind of transaction and I didn't just waste the guy's time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And make my leave.
Okay. There you go. There's a handout. There's an actual Clave Barsan cobbler in Char Hollow.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, he he'll sell you laces like, oh yes, no, these are certainly not your baseline laces. These are wound with extra strands of you know, Pyrosi cotton. That's yeah, they're all the rage. All the people get them for their work boots because they're extra strong. It's Pyros is such a great place.
I
And
do
you
like
should
the
come back.
pandering. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ohm says, oh, that is excellent. Do you happen to know if these are from the blood hay or from the red squirrels?
he will definitely like. He kind of like. They're from uh, the squirrels. Um,
Excellent. Known for its quality.
yeah, and I think um, as he's kind of like doing that, like a pair of little girls will come in from the back and kind of like be like, "Daddy, Daddy, did you bring home dinner?" Well, like, oh, if we're all set here, then I'll go back to tending my eye. And, come on, back into the back, kids, because the bill hooks wanted more money.
Oh my god. Now they have to die.
Thanks, Mike, for that plot twist that
No,
we're gonna have to
the
save Ohm
violence.
from. Oh, Miss Soft, jerk.
Does this mean I'm allowed off my chain?
Yeah, Owen would probably go to the door on the way out and kind of look over their shoulder and just say, "You all have a safe night," and then and kind of duck their head and put their mask back on as they're like leaving, right? So that their mask is up when they walk out of the place. And I'll tell Griffith, the butchers in this district are all a part of a gang called the Bill Hooks, and I think they deserve some harm.
That's interesting coming from you, cousin.
I have grown fond of this cobbler. Oh, there's some kind of weird. I don't know.
Is it me or
We're
I don't
getting
know
a
what
little
it
He's
bit of
having headset
interference,
trouble.
yeah.
So.
I am having headset troubles. Like I'm trying to make it to break so I can fix it.
Okay. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, no,
It's Bug
And it
Zapper come early, David.
yeah.
No,
I
we're not
mean,
ready.
Griffith would be like, do we know where is the
How about we spend a couple minutes seeing what Maribel's up to?
Yes.
Yes, because my headset just gave up the ghost. It zipped,
Okay.
zapped, and died.
All right.
No
Yeah,
problem.
we'll catch up with Maribel and find out what happens next.
Yeah, we'll catch up with Maribel, then we can like hit our break, get everything fixed. We're good.
I'm sorry, Casey. Just that you yeeted it across your truck. That was just. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So where is Maribel at?
Well, I think Maribel is going to start with the bar that she would head out at with Demas. So, which I believe is in this part of town.
Yeah, I forget the name of it. Starts with an H. It's the place that like a lot of the like Scotlander refugees hang out around there, and like Ulf Ironborn has this kind of cool river out that area.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I have a contact there as well as like Demas's contact there, and I spent almost a week there. I think, hiding out. So I think I'll start there. And kind of just want to buy a couple drinks, maybe talk to Ulf Ironborn if possible, because he's like the owner, right?
He doesn't own the place, but like the owners are definitely like Scotland sympathizers, and like Ulf is welcome to hang out there with his I think it was Stella was the name of his girlfriend, and like there was a bunch of other like Scotland. That's where Scotlander Fight Club goes on in the basement, right? Like that's
right. That's where it is. Yeah.
where all that stuff is.
So yeah, I'd want to talk to like maybe him about kind of a very small expansion into the territory, and what I can expect from gangs in the area, things like that. Like, and kind of give him a general idea of what what we're thinking. I feel well, I feel I can talk to him about it, and if I desperately need to do something about it, I can sway the conversation. So yeah, so I'll start with just like talking to him about what's up.
Okay. I think as you're arriving there, outside there's like a like beat up like bulletin board where people just like put up things like, hey, we're looking for mine workers, and like this kind of thing. And there's a little kid there who's like tacking up a sign like at the bottom edge of it because that's as high up as like he can really reach. That's like please help find my daddy, and like has this like relatively accurate drawing of a person that kind of looks like the guy from the Wraith's place in Silkshore that had Milos
The
like
one
kind
that
of tossing about. Yeah.
the one that's just on a boat for the rest of his life. That one.
Yeah, he went on a boat trip. That one.
Maribel sees that and kind of shrugs it off and keeps going.
Okay.
That's business. Like, yeah, that's. I don't think that's where her soft lies.
Yeah.
I know.
That's fine.
But yeah,
just let you know that like there's people out there still trying to find him. So that's
yeah. Well, he's with Cthulhu now, so or whatever the entity of the deep is.
he's with Cthulhu now. And well, I was gonna call it a better place, but no.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'll go to the bar and look to speak with Ulf.
Okay. Yeah, I think Ulf is a couple drinks in at one of the other tables, along with Lucilla and like several other like people like um uh uh, other scholars, right? Like other people who have like Scamander hairstyles and all that kind of stuff. Um, you probably catch them at the end of singing like some sort of funeral, like we're drunk and it's kind of active and happy sounding, but it's a funeral song. Um, as they have like like another one of those papers talking about like somebody who turned up at a river on the thing.
Yeah, I'd kind of come over, have room made for me, and perhaps settle in with like a pint for Ulf and his girlfriend, and just start with I'm sorry for your loss.
Sorry, I was trying to say I thought I had handouts with them, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, he's like, oh, we haven't seen you in a while. Lucilla's like, where's your friend? Aren't you back to lose more money? Um,
Not this time.
Dartboard's still hanging. Pockets can
Not
always
this
get fuller.
time.
But Ulf will be like, oh yeah, we knew so and so from back during the war, um, or the government bent the knee and came back to the emperor for all I.
Of course, yes.
He will probably ask like, did you know them personally, kind of deal, really likely.
It's highly unlikely that Maribel would know this person, right?
It's
yeah.
She
She'd shake her head, but and say something like, yes, but it's one more lost to the Scotland cause. And I know how important that is to you people, and to you and others in my crew.
go, all right, how is Demas?
He is well, getting back into the swing of things. Plotting, as always, as I'm sure you're aware.
As is his way. It's like, yeah.
Exactly. But speaking of Demas, we are starting to seek an opportunity within Char Hollow, and I come to you asking for some advice. And I would explain that we're looking at Dogwood as a place to set up a drop or take over one.
I think he will lean back with like the pint and like the arm on like the edge of the booth kind of thing. Like, how are you now? Like,
it's a thought. We're looking at opportunities. And we find, at least down here, friendly folk here, but I'm sure it's not exactly the same throughout the district.
Yeah, he'll be like, yeah, it's a wide and varied district.
Mm-hmm. And I'd certainly
Uh,
like to stay away from you and you and you and your gang's dealings. Uh, that is more of a allied kinship that we'd like to keep, not some sort of uh, the word. What would you say? Not some sort of something that we want to contest.
like he'd be like, yeah, yeah. To partnerships, like clink glasses with him. Like Lucilla, like just like gets in there for like the toast too. Like she's not really
Yeah.
like involved in like making the deals, but she's right there. Like anyway,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, he's like, well, if there's something I could help explain to you about the districts, and we don't have a whole lot of territory that's ours per se. But
Mm-hmm.
we may have a slightly closer, you know, better ear to the ground to let you know what's going on here.
You
So,
do know how I like to collect information, so.
oh yeah. Lucilla's still
uh,
sad, upset about like all those stories from high school she told you when she was drunk. I trust you to keep those in the greatest of confidence.
of course,
Yeah.
of
Um,
course. Um, yeah, I guess I'll consort Mike to
okay.
get info if we need to put a roll to it.
Sure.
Okay. Risky, controlled.
Um, this one's probably controlled. Like you're on decent terms
Mhm.
with him. There's no real
Yeah.
particular
Effect.
standard.
Okay. It is early in the session, and I have zero stress. Mm, 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 mm. It's too stressed to push, right?
Too stressed to push yourself. Yes.
All right, I'll push myself. Oh, fuck me.
Wow,
Um,
that's rough. Oh man.
Yep, on good terms, for sure.
Yes.
I think he'll be like, first of all, any of the kinds of places that you're looking for like that here in Char Hollow are definitely taken. And like, there's only a few people here in Char Hollow, and like, even my group doesn't have a real stronghold. There's a lot of people who aren't real strong but are real violent.
Mm, that
Um,
is problematic.
yes, yes, it is. Um, I think maybe that's
It.
like, yeah, right. Like, there's
Mhm.
no like, you haven't done anything that's like really to like, offend him or anything. Like, oh, I'm not gonna hang
Yeah.
out and talk to you. And it's a controlled thing. You were asking him questions, which is like the thing you do and you're good at. So like,
Hmm.
maybe that is just like, you just don't get much in the way of useful information out of it.
Yeah, he just talks a lot, but like with no answers, which,
He talks a lot. Oh yeah, I mean, like he's several drinks in to begin with. He'd be
yeah.
like, "Why, there's bastards here, and they're extra violent. Like, can't trust the butchers. None in this district at all. Like, go in trying to
Yeah.
buy rabbit, and you come out with a bunch of rat meat. Like just like it goes. Like
Those are Maribel's favorite conversations. Like,
yes,
like, oh, great.
like,
Cool.
and furthermore, ever since the end of the so-called Unity War, you know, da 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 da, and da da da, and they treat the Scotlanders badly here, and we're gonna rise up against it, and like it starts with like who runs Bartertown, and it ends with like we're gonna burn this city to the ground. Like none
Yeah,
of which is
sounds
really what you cared about.
no, but that's okay. Um, she's sensible enough to keep her contacts happy with whatever they want to talk about. So cool. Well, she'll let him finish out that line of thought, finish her drink, and then wish them
I think
well.
I think it might be that like that conversation goes on until there's a point where like he and Lucilla start like arguing loudly in the bar, and it's like,
Hmm.
okay, bye.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I have a fake watch here." No, pulls out
Oh,
her pocket watch and is like, "Oh, I have another meeting to get to.
yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you."
look out the window. It's dark already. I have to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I hear someone calling me in my mask. I
Yeah.
gotta take this. Yeah. No. Okay. Cool. Um, I think she would. I don't think she's gonna prowl around. I think she's just gonna walk around and scope, like,
Okay.
just check out the general like demeanor of the streets. What's up?
Yeah. Sorry. I was trying to remember who your other contact there was.
I
Like
have
I remember what he looks like, and I don't remember the name, so I can't.
Parker, but he works at the same bar.
Yeah, because I know there was a picture of him.
Is there?
I swear there was. Seems like
I know
kind of
he had a
skinny and
very
had a bunch of
fantastic
tattoos or
face,
something. Yeah,
or a very fantastic voice.
yeah, he was the one like it was all like, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I don't like them, right?
Yeah, I don't see a picture.
I could have sworn I had,
Um,
but maybe I might have just added it. Um,
yeah. I
Legends
mean, I
of
wouldn't mind
Grimrock
talking
Blind.
to him, but I don't want to jeopardize a ton of time. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
mhm.
if you just wanted to check the streets, that's good too.
um, yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, let's just check the streets, kind of get an idea. I have survey.
Okay.
So I could just use that to kind of look around
Okay. Yeah.
in
Why not?
Dogwood or Dog, whatever.
Dogtown,
Dog. Um, survey.
which keeps freaking me out because there is a neighborhood in St. Louis named Dogtown too. So.
Risky or controlled.
Um, Risky. Like you're hanging out on the streets. There's other people out on the streets. Things could go
Standard.
wrong. Yeah.
Oh, to add, probably like went into an alleyway, took off my mask and stuff, and I'm just walking around like a normal citizen. In case that changes anything.
Mm.
No.
I assume compared to like Maribel's usual attire, she's probably dressed down some for
Yeah, she
background.
dresses down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She dresses for the occasion. Thank you.
Yeah.
Regardless of what that is. 5.
5. I think as you're looking around and like you're following people, there might be a point where like you see a couple dudes in like kind of like similar looking scarves tied around their necks, kind of like head into an alley. And like it's just that like as you try to reach to like look and follow them like a little bit into that alley is like they're not as far down it as you think. They're only like 5 feet or so from like the corner of that building. Um, and one of them has a dude in like a relatively fancy like frock coat up against the wall by like neck. And then the other one is like he's reaching into his pocket and he comes out and he's got like this big meaty fist and he's holding like a meat hook.
Oh. Oh.
So you like turn around the corner in the middle of them like about to do something really really unpleasant to someone.
I get so womanly offended. Like, oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh gosh, what is happening?
I think one of them, the one who's like there and he's got like the meat hook out and he's like starting to move over there, while like the other guy's like holding him against the wall. Like that guy, like he kind of like the meat hook comes down a little bit and he tugs up the bandana type thing that's around his neck to cover his face.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one that's holding the dude, like he like something happens and he looks and like the dude like kicks him in the gut. So like that dude like goes down to one knee and the guy in the fancy coat like goes running down that alleyway.
I would like to definitely remember that dude's face.
Okay.
If it's not someone I already recognize, depending. I'll roll fortune for it if you want.
Sorry, I was thinking of Raja. For a second.
Oh,
In terms of
really?
something different, yeah. Um, yeah, I mean you can roll fortune for it, I guess.
Roll fortune. One die? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. 5.
You've definitely seen him around before. I think you probably ran into him one time when you were with Raja, and Raja was speaking to Nyrix, and this guy came along like, hey, you got work to do.
It's
And
pimp.
broke up
I'm
the
sorry that I
conversation.
saved him. I'm sorry that I helped him. Maribel will act completely like, oh my God, Pearl Clutch, what is going on? And like back out of the alleyway and quickly walk away.
Yeah, I think as you start to back away, the guy with like that meat hook is like, oh, yeah, one way or another, we're going home with money today, and like he will go for Maribel.
Okay. I will resist that, and yeah.
Okay, yeah,
What
like
do you want to do? How do you want to do it?
okay, yeah, I mean he will be there. He will try to do the thing where like he comes and he grabs like Maribel by the elbow before she can actually get away, kind of thing. Um, if you want to resist that, yes, you can.
Yes, I would like to resist that.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, because like as he gets closer, you can see he's got like this like um it's like almost like canvas, like this cloth, this bandana thing, but it is like spattered with like flecks of blood that have turned that kind of like dark rust brown type color. So yeah, no, he's not somebody who you want. Yeah, no.
okay. I don't take kindly to people trying to grab at me.
Yeah, you don't have permission to touch me. No, go away.
Yeah. I think Maribel probably has, it says cane sword, but I think like parasol sword is just much better
That is
for
absolutely
Maribel.
on brand. Yes.
She can't, it's always like rainy and shitty here, so like
Yeah.
she will.
So yeah, what one is let's deal with resisting that thing.
Resistant. Okay.
Yeah. And I think that's prowess. That's kind of like getting out of the way and avoiding him messing with me.
Bonus die or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's
Is Maribel nice?
6. Oh yeah, you get away
Nice.
clean, no stress.
Nice. Is Maribel wearing their mask? Her mask?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. I specifically took it off so I could walk around like a normal person. Yes. What would you say my choices are, Mike? Could I cleanly get away and run away?
Yeah. I mean that would be like that's like prowl. Talks about like doing things like that. I mean it would be like it's risky because he's here and like he's seen you and like he's like you look like you have some kind of money, like not much because you're dressed like the people from this district, and nobody here has any money. But
Mhm.
you know, I'm getting my cash, right? But yeah, prowl about unseen, run, tumble, right? That kind of thing. That's
Okay.
all in prowl. Actually, an argument could be made for finesse too, if you wanted,
Um.
right? Employ subtle misdirection or sleight of hand, finesse an item from someone's pocket. Like those are all like things that are not finesse by like.
Oh, Maribel, how stupid are you? I think she's insulted that this man like came for her, and so she wants to take like the end of her parasol and whack him in the face with it, just like bad boy, like just once. Like, how dare you accost a lady? And see if that stuns, just generally stuns him. Like, what the?
Okay.
Someone's
So
fighting
like
back.
the goal is like we're taking the parasol, we're like smacking him in the face with the tip of it, and like that's like in a perfect world with like full success, that is like what the hell, and like him falling on his ass in the gutter, and
I know, like just something that he's like
like being
stunned at
kind of
the
distracted long
audacity.
enough to like that you can like
Leave.
make a run for it,
Yeah.
while the other guy's still like around the corner in the alley, kind of groaning. So
Yeah. I if I make it like a flourish of a turn of the parasol and smack him in the head, could I get away with a finesse?
try.
Thank you. I don't have the other skills.
You have prowess, prowl.
Yes, but I don't have skirmish or wreck. uh, is this risky or desperate?
I think it might be desperate.
Yeah, but if this does not work, I am several shades of fucked. Effect
Uh,
standard.
Standard, right? If we reach full standard, then that's him stunned and kind of on his butt, and you can like take off.
Devil's bargain.
I think the obvious devil's bargain is that like he's seen your face and he's gonna remember it.
Um. Hmm. 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 I will not do that, and I won't push either. So we'll just cross our fingers here.
Whack! Oh yeah, you crack him. There's
It's
probably like a
cruel.
little bit of a crunching noise as like it comes across his nose, and it doesn't like
Hmm.
totally break it, but like something makes an unpleasant noise, and there's like
Mhm.
as he like falls backwards and like lands on the ground, kind of sprawled out in the gutter.
Don't ever try to touch a lady. And then out.
Yeah,
Deuces.
he like you give him your quip, he half groans and like just lays there, and like you can take off.
Mm-hmm. She'll do the make sure that she's out of sight, go through some alleys and stuff to make sure she loses anyone, and then we'll go back to the hideout.
Okay. Cool. Do we want to take our break and like try to get in stuff I just did again? Sorry,
Yeah,
Casey.
let's do that.
And then we can regroup at the lair and decide what we're doing about
Mm-hmm.
bill hooks.
Love it.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we plan to be back in 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. 10 minutes. That put us at almost 9:40
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? Eastern time.
When,
Do the math if you're
yeah.
about at 9 o'clock. So yeah, 10 minutes is great for me. Works for everybody. And yeah, we'll be right back.
Do you want to LK?
I don't think we have a lot of new folks in the thing tonight. I think all
Okay.
these people are our regulars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Sorry for the interrupt.
No, you're good.
Cool. All right. Then we will see everybody 10-ish minutes or so. See ya.
Yeah.
Getting used to Zoom that's not on my phone.
Oh right.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. Because
Yeah,
we're
totally
already
different.
back now. That's sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
That's how we do.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Welcome back. Unfortunately, we'll not be having PC CC on him here for a little bit, but he is still here. So Griffin is still in action, and it is only Demas who
Hi.
is slacking and not hanging out here.
That's right.
Actually, take away his name entirely.
What a slacker.
Big
Not
boss.
getting things done. But we're working.
Yes.
We're gonna make something happen.
I
Yeah,
think.
so we were out, we were looking around Char Hollow. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think Maribel gets back to the hideout, maybe before the guys do, and she's annoyed and kind of aggravated, pacing, um, uh, back and forth, just trying to like figure out how she's gonna screw these guys up because now she's irritated with them. So that's probably what the guys come back to.
Which right before there's like that coming in the door, there's like that shot of like kind of wide shot of like that main front area of the lair where like Maribel is like pacing back and forth. And like you kind of get over on the edge, like that door that goes into the back, and Kess just reaching over and just like pushing it shut. Like not even looking up from what she's doing.
Pacing is too much of a disturbance for Kess.
No, this is people being human. Like this is not what I'm paid to deal with. Like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear
Love
more
it.
of like the like Tesla coil zapping going on in the back beyond the closed door.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have like Maribel pacing as like the door opens and like Bulb and Griffith kind of arriving back here at the lair.
Ohm is taking off their mask and is like, we're in the middle of some discussion about this gang, about the sorry
Bill looks.
the bill hooks, yeah. And seeing you kind of look up. Is something wrong?
I think she like crosses her arms over her chest and just looks frustrated. It's just a frustrated like pout almost of I was attacked in the streets.
Who would attack you?
Come again.
I was attacked in Dogtown by two men with like meat hooks. And I am very not happy about it. I am very attacked. You can't even just walk around this town anymore without being attacked.
This sounds like the bill hooks then. You said they had meat hooks, like they're a butcher?
Yes. Have you?
We've
I'm not
learned something
familiar.
of them. We've learned something of them today.
Oh,
It doesn't surprise me that you were attacked. They sound violent, and that they should be punished.
oh, okay. They seemed like they were trying to extort money from a man, and I just happened upon the scene.
They extorted money from a cobbler and told them if he didn't pay them enough next month that they were going to cut him into pieces.
Well, that is unfortunate for the cobbler.
I think that means that given their treatment of you, in my opinion of them, we should mean to do them some kind of harm.
I think starting with a dead drop in their area is the way to go to start, and then
I think we.
go ahead.
Well, no, my fault. I was gonna say. Well, I think we know the perfect spot to begin with, and I like this version of you two. Y'all are more fun this way.
Angry and murderous.
I'm very put off. I'm just like, how dare? If Demas had been there, or Ghost, or you had been there, this wouldn't have happened.
If Char Hollow had a manager, he would be getting an earful.
Yes, because Maribel is so that type.
Yeah. I will burn this place down
Yes.
with words. Scathing words.
Mhm. So were you able to find a place where we could set this up?
think so. Griffith, from your vantage, you were up in the you were up above on the rooftops. What did you see?
Well, it looks like there's an opening. Mike, do I remember if this was a 2-story type of building for the
I
butcher?
think it might have been like 3-story, like the one that had like the butcher shop on the first floor that you saw. Then it had like some.
Yeah.
It's probably residential space up above. Like that's a pretty common setup for a lot of the buildings in the city.
So pretty common setup, It looks like they do all their business from the shop, and the blue coats don't give a damn.
Okay.
So
Out of character, was that a dead drop that we witnessed?
That was somebody paying off their protection money.
Do we kind of still need to find the dead drop then?
Yeah, I think so.
if you don't
what
mind,
would
Mike,
make a
I
good
can
dead
I,
drop,
I
right?
can do a
It's like,
hunt.
well,
Do a hunt roll?
I kind of don't want to like gate it behind a roll. Like we can figure
Oh,
out
okay.
something that they have that would make a good dead drop. Then like we can just say it's there and that's what you're trying to take.
Okay.
Right. Like there's probably more player agency to setting up scores than we've been doing. But it's such a like if you're not used to that kind of thing, it's not something that you grab hold of all the time. So yeah, if we
Sure.
can figure out like what would make a dead drop or where there is one and decide, oh, there's a dead drop and it's in something, then like that can be the thing that we're after. Because
All
there
right.
has
So
to be somewhere like they're shaking down cobblers, like they're shaking down everybody for protection money. There has to be some place it's getting dropped off besides just every butcher shop in the district.
right. Well,
While
then
I'm pinging. Oh, sorry.
yeah, then yeah, it kind of makes sense to be kind of near that butcher shop, so they wouldn't have to walk too far, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, you were pinging something there, Casey.
I was pinging that because I'm thinking the white is the butcher shop, right? If I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like here, like this little building, or like here or here by the waterfront.
Oh, there's like
Because I would think it would.
that are by themselves.
Yeah, there's like you got this building here, you got these here. Heck, you even got this one right here. But I don't know, like.
Hang on. I'm gonna pick up everything here because I'll switch it to the map that's just for Hollow, so we can
Oh, cool. Oh, it's so big.
do a little bit more in terms of like zooming in and stuff like that.
Drudge Close. Yes, these street names are amazing. Rabble Road. Come on, that's so good.
Soot Alley and Drudge Close. I feel like Pawn Shop Alley.
Yes.
The pawn shop alley, really?
Uh-huh.
That's amazing.
Dirk's End, which could just mean so many different things. Like,
Yeah,
did someone
right?
throw a Dirk and that's where it ended? Or did like Dirk get yeeted off the dock
Yeah.
here?
And met his end, and it was so famous that they named the whole street out of the murder of that one guy.
Yeah. Yes.
That's amazing.
These maps are the best.
Okay, so trying to mark butcher shop again here. Okay, and then out. Try to mark like out where the cobbler shop was, which is over by Pawn Shop Alley. It's over in like the east side of Dogtown.
Okay, cool.
Will get busy fashioning up some kind of like hand trap or some mechanism that we can put on the drop to basically maintain ownership of it. Some kind of like steel trap thing that is open generally, but if you don't do the right thing, then it'll close on you and like take your hand with it, kind of deal.
Wait, didn't that already hurt you once very badly?
It did. It was very effective, and Ohm knows how to improve it at this point. So
Okay.
This is how you set it up to keep your fingers or to
Yeah.
take someone else's fingers off.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's the plan. or the thing that we are going to do. It is not a plan. We have not planned.
That's right.
Well, it's just, it's the score. Like, what type of score? What's our detail for the score that we need?
So is it
So
in itself an espionage? Or
we were
no?
talking about having it be by like civilian drudge close, or sorry, we
Yeah,
were
one of
kicking
those
around
one of
in
those three smaller buildings, the two on Drudge Close or the other one of similar size at Drudge and Soot Alley.
How about I need to decide which screen it is that I'm messing with things on because I can't keep going back and forth. How about that little red one there? That
I like it.
Yeah, that's good if we ever get a boat.
Oh yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah. So let's figure out what kind of a score it is to we want to do to take that.
Is it a stealth?
Yeah, I don't
Or-
want to like fight these guys. I just want to like sneak in and take that shit. I don't want to fight these guys at all because
Yeah.
I think if butchers who carry meat hooks and cleavers show up, we need to run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're gonna go stealth.
We're just gonna try and take that shit and see if
Worked so well the first time we tried this.
see if
So yeah,
see if we hold on to it.
a stealth mission is to trespass unseen, and the detail is the point of infiltration. So how you getting it?
Yeah, so let's say the dead drop is some like old like library book return situation where you got to put your thing in and then close the gate and then it ends up in some locked room, right? And so what we got to do is own that locked room
Okay.
inside the building, kind of thing. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that gives us a goal of what it is that we definitely have to take.
Yep.
How do you get in to start this? Right? Like, if we start with you guys getting into the building, where are you going into the building?
Ooh, how about we've been talking about this being like a boat friendly thing. What if there is like from the canal we can come in on a boat that gets into the basement or the sub basement of this building, and that's our point of entry? Because like the whole thing we were talking about is like, oh man, when we get a boat, we can just like over there and then use our dead drop.
Well, and kind of keeping with that theme of like, there's the like the book return thing. It's like maybe this is like an old like library extension. Like there's the main library over in like Charter Hall or something like that. And there's the little one over here where you can do some stuff, and if you ask, they can try to get stuff from the big library sent over for you, so you don't have to go there by yourself. Um, it's a library. It used to be a library branch, but it's not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So this like, yeah, there was an access at like the canal level that was supposed to be for, how you send the gondoliers to do your interlibrary loans, right? Like,
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, so this is a shipping and receiving underdock
yeah,
or
it's like I'd say it's like the shipping dock effect, but it is literally the shipping dock. So like a place where you could stop, be like, here's your bundle of books for the day. But yeah. Um, so yeah, that just there's like a door down here at that level where you could try to
Yeah.
pay the gondoliers to pay attention to who's going where and like drop you off on that little dock down there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Our detail for point of entry is one of y'all trying to get that door open through some sort of means, right? Like,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
this is
so,
Ohm's like
yeah. Okay.
do you guys want me involved in this part of it or running interference up like street side?
Oh.
I can do either.
So
Yeah.
I would go back to my usual stance on it is don't don't split the party for something that you don't know there's going to be something there. If something else comes up, then flash back to address it.
Okay.
right?
Yep, sounds
Because I
good.
don't want somebody to be like, I set up as a sniper across the street, and then everybody goes into the basement bunker, and like, okay, cool. I guess you hang out in the rain for the day, right? Like, go inside, and then if there's something on the street, it's like, I spent 2 stress because I paid off some like homeless dude to guard our
Mhm.
Yeah.
instead.
I get what you're saying, and I agree. But let me remind you, Maribel climbed up a fucking wall and swayed the bounty hunter. And she wasn't involved in that scene. Regardless, okay, sticking together.
Well, the whole goal in that one though was to have like the multiple people headed.
It was, yes.
true.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I feel like the point of entry is like we're gaining access to the underpinning of this building. And maybe like the doors are not like locked or whatever, but surely there was some kind of elevator and then stairwell leading up into the building. And I want to say that like the point of entry was that Ohm had gotten the elevator opened, so we could climb up the ladder inside the elevator shaft kind of deal.
So I almost feel like there might be a door down here, and inside the door there would be like a dumbwaiter kind of thing. But, like they put stuff in the slot, and then like nobody wants to carry 60 pounds of books downstairs, so they have a dumbwaiter to like lower it downstairs.
Yes, exactly.
So like that might actually be like a cart that's part of that might be like what that thing like tries to empty into to begin with. So that could be part of like the stuff that you're trying to deal with. But I think
Yeah,
there
so I
is
guess the point of entry is that initial door off the docks then of like
Mhm.
unlocking that door and gaining us access to
okay.
this
Um,
logistics of moving books via boat.
so then question one is what load is everyone going in with? Are you going light, normal, or heavy?
I think Ohm is gonna go heavy because there's probably a lot of junk I'm gonna have to do. So yeah, Ohm's going heavy.
Normal.
Okay.
Normal.
I love the idea of like we're going to break into this place and Ohm's like dragging the duffel bag.
There's a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done here.
I might need a
Oh.
lot of dynamite and a sledgehammer. So
It could happen.
Yeah, I'll load out at normal.
okay. And who wants to make the engagement?
Ohm's breaking open the door.
I'll do it. Yep.
I was like,
So we rolled 2, right?
So we start with 1 die for sheer luck.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's a whole
Is the
thing.
operation bold or daring?
I mean, we are kind of like in a territory not ours.
Yeah. But
You
like,
know who
if
holds
there's
the
people there, we're
territory, and if
leaving.
they got hold of you, it would not be fun. So there's an argument to be
Yeah.
made for bold.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors?
I don't think there's too many factors here.
Does the detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
Maybe a vulnerability of the target if this is theirs and we're taking it, but I don't think it's like hit them where they're weakest at all.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of using one of our strength against what we presume to be a weakness of theirs, right? Like they are violent, but that doesn't mean that they're necessarily clever. So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if think that can be, a vulnerability of the target group, right? Like the billhooks are not known for being nuanced and careful about things.
Sure.
They are known for like showing up with a hatchet to discuss where their money is. So you can give it extra macro.
Okay.
So barbaric.
Yeah.
I know, right? Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations?
No.
I don't know.
I want to say
Yeah,
no.
I don't think so. Yeah. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for the operation?
I feel like the Scolanders could potentially or have, but maybe that's a stretch.
So I'll throw out there that I think LaRose might be somebody who you could talk to, because like there were bluecoats there who explicitly did not care that something was happening.
Yes.
And
And it's
LaRose
probably
really
something
knows
trying
the
to have a
score.
conversation with LaRose about like what was up with that.
Yeah. Sounds
And
good.
he can tell you like, oh, that's Bill Hook's territory. They're huge meatheads with hatchets and cleavers and meat hooks and an army of angry, drugged up butchers.
Yeah.
Great.
And I think it actually says death dogs somewhere in here.
Oh, good. Good. That's what we want. Death dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
A large, notable assets, a large gang of bloodthirsty butchers and a pack of death dogs. So
I
there's
can't
your
wait
extra
to poke
dog. You
this.
know that.
I can't wait to poke this nest. I just cannot wait.
I see your death dogs, and I raise you a Cerberus
A single
Yes.
dog.
A single
with
dog.
3 heads, a single Takarosi dog that's bigger than any other dog, and is super fast like Sonic the Hedgehog. I think he would do okay.
We'll see.
But
That's the comparison.
also
Sonic the Hedgehog.
important to your interests, they also run like fight things and other gambling-esque
Oh,
things
yeah.
like that.
We got to bring them down. Got to get rid of the competition for sure.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is just business now. I was like, I didn't like them. I was very upset with them, and now it's just business. So it's like, sorry, you gotta
It's
die.
still personal. They like try
It's
to
true.
attack me.
All right, so then we're at 4 dice. Are any enemies or rivals interfering with this?
They're all dead.
Not yet.
They're about to be a rival. That'll be the next op against them.
Yup.
Okay. Any other elements you might want to consider? They are a lower tier target. We can give you a die for that. Oh no, sorry, you're tier 2. They're tier 2. They're not a lower tier target.
Boo.
Yeah, they're same tier. They're not a higher tier. Maybe there's a situation in the district that makes the operation more or less tricky. Thing that I can think of off the top of my head. This is something.
I don't think there's anything really going on the side of town.
Yeah, it seems
Unless
like
the ghost thing is a problem here too.
Ooh, if the ghost is not a problem here, does that mean there's more ghosts in this part of the area? Are they fleeing Crowsfoot, and a lot of them are now in this Dogtown area?
I scanned with my super eyes.
What do you see with your elf eyes?
My special eyes. I see with your elf eyes.
The that plasmic fog that has been in Crowsfoot lately does not extend to here. There are still some of those telltales of like ghostly activity around the area. But also as you look back towards Crowsfoot from here, like at the dock, the fog doesn't seem as dense as it was in Crowsfoot.
So it's getting worse.
It's the fog
Dissipating.
gets to its worst when there is the least amount of ghost activity there. So it is kind of a sign that there may be more ghost activity in Crowsfoot going on.
They got all the ghostas they needed. Okay, well we'll let Raja deal with that shit later.
That's the Raja score next time.
It's the
That's right.
Raja
Okay.
score.
All right, so we get to make an engagement roll with 4 dice.
Ooh, dang.
And so what's our thing?
It's
Or is it
a,
entanglement? Am I like thinking the wrong thing?
I think so.
I don't know. Oh, wait, no.
Nice.
There it is. There's the 6.
Full
Whew.
success. Yes, you get to begin the score in a controlled position. Like we
Love it.
do like the cut to the beginning of the scene here, where it's the gondolier is pulling away, like you guys paid him, and he's like see ya, and like not really looking your direction, like doing the official like I don't know who you are. I'm not keeping track of you for any reason. I am doing the job of maintaining secrecy. And
Oh, I totally talked to him on the boat and swayed him.
well, I think the gondoliers are known for like they are
Okay.
intentionally like
Yeah.
we don't
Mhm.
talk crap.
Yeah. And probably
probably-
like Ohm was in mass, just sitting quietly the whole time with their duffel bag between their legs.
Yeah.
Like just waiting. Any
Like,
like interaction with Ohm was met with nothing, you know?
People pay us to get places, and we don't ask too many questions about why they're going there. We just make sure they get there, and it's worth the money that they're spending on us. Like it's more money to travel by gondolier than it is to try to get like a goat cart taxi, right? Like,
Mm.
but yeah, he's pulling away, and we kind of like come back around. And there's like Maribel on the dock, like watching him leave to make sure. And Ghost kind of like like picking the rifle and like like and like okay, doors, got the door, like
Hmm.
like.
Maribel fixes her
This
cowl.
rusty old door for like the bit. It probably still has like a Duskfall library like seal on the door and like banner over it.
Yes.
Duskfall Library, Char Hollow Branch.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. Shipping and receiving or whatever.
Mhm.
Yes.
And,
all deliveries ring bell, and there's like this like it clearly there used to be like a little hole there where there was like a chain to pull, and it's just like lying on the dock.
Yeah.
So the chains like completely broke it off.
that's greatness.
One enemy already defeated for you.
Yes, the bell, the dreaded bell. Okay.
Ring for deliveries.
I would like to. So we get the door open, right? And probably the first thing Ohm wants to do is set up like a little noise trap on the other side of the door, like stringing a bell kind of thing. Just so that we have that kind of rear thing, something that would maybe alert us if there's somebody coming up behind us. Something that Ohm would do almost immediately after getting us entrance into here. And looking down this hall, what all are we seeing now that we're on the other side of this door?
I think there's definitely the bottom of like this dumbwaiter contraption that goes up and down to like the ground level, like boardwalk level up above.
Yeah.
And then there's so you come in the door. It's just like big stone brick wall along the left side. Immediately on the right side, there's that dumbwaiter. It's like they don't want to have to carry heavy things far distances. That's not what librarians are good at. Then on the other side of that, there's a stairway that goes up. It does like a half flight and does like a landing, half flight that you can't see up. And on the other side, there is a doorway with like no door in it. It's like empty storage. It's like a storage room on this level.
Okay. I guess just for grins, kind of quietly make my way into the storage room and make sure there's nothing of interest there. There's nobody like sleeping there, either as a squatter or as one of these gang members.
Um, I think there might be a couple of like a step up from cots, like beds, but not like super permanent beds.
Okay.
Not the kind of thing like this is where I really permanently live and I've installed a bed. It's like it's still kind of like camp. Like I'm gonna spend a week here at a time at most kind of deal. And
Yeah.
but there's like two of them down here, and they're pretty messy. But there's like blankets and like a stained pillow on like each of them. And then that's all like moved around. Like it's all like piled. They're not like made or anything like that. Um, but it looks like they've been used recently. And there's nobody in.
Okay. Then I want to kind of rifle through that, like their stuff that's down here. Like, do they have a locker? Do they have,
I think you
something to
might
help me
find a
identify
couple
who
of
they
like
are?
like like cheap, like canvas bag with a strap kind of backpack type things.
Yeah.
There's probably not a whole lot that's like particularly personal in them. There's probably like some mediocre but relatively shelf stable food. Like there's like scones wrapped up in a piece of wax paper kind of deal in one. Things like that. You reach into one and the first thing you pull out is like somebody's underwear. It's like, yeah, sure.
No,
Um,
I just need to know if they're gang members or they like squatters.
yeah.
You can't tell by their underwear.
No. Yeah, so I guess check through the bag. I just need to see if there's like
There
some
seems
kind of
there seems to be more stuff in this bag or in the bags and like kind of down here in general than like if they're squatting, they're living pretty well. And if they're gang members, it's like this is not the glamorous job. But this is more than you would expect to find on somebody who was like just straight up squatting somewhere.
Gotcha.
Are there any? Well, I guess first, can I hear any voices coming from above us?
Oh yeah.
Like in
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
this
you
building?
hear one voice that is like you start to make out like okay, yeah, I hear a voice and I kind of listen for a second at the steps and you start to pick up it's like 130, 131, 132, 133, and then you hear
Okay.
like a smacking noise. It's like, God, why can't you count to yourself? Like a brief argument, and then like fine, whatever. Right? And then like after a couple seconds, it's like you made me lose count. And then there's another couple seconds of silence, and then it starts at like 7, 8, 9.
I would look back to the gents and be like, there are people here. I believe this is probably a counting house for the money that they rake in.
You know about how many?
Sounded like at least 2.
Ohm will like go into their little bag of fetishes or whatever, and we'll kind of huddle up and say, okay, whoever, if we get separated, I want to make sure that we can still communicate. So, who wants the other pair to this for your mask? Kind of holding it out to both of you.
Griffith, why don't you take it?
Why don't? Are you sure, Maribel?
We might need to put you in a spot where you can be from above, if you catch my drift.
You make a good point, and I'll take it.
Okay. Maribel and I are together. You might split off. This works.
Yeah, we'll stick together.
Okay. And just so I know, Mike, the only way really to get up, realistically, is through the stairwell, right?
Or the dumbwaiter.
Well, there's
Okay.
the dumbwaiter. The dumbwaiter looks like it does do like it goes up this floor into the floor above.
So is it currently down, or is the
It's where it's on like the first floor.
okay.
You're in the lower level. It's in the first floor. There's also a second floor above.
Okay.
Can we see kind of how the stairs lead up and if they go to a floor above? Like, where do we think this drop would be at? Down here, which would be very convenient.
Could be the dumbwaiter. Could be something inside the building. My initial thought it was something inside the building. Like on the first floor, but
like a drop off, right? Like a old book
Yeah.
depository drop off.
I was kind of picturing that as being something on like the ground level, like not necessarily directly into the dumbwaiter, because if it was on the second floor, then you're just throwing books into an empty shaft for 2 story, right? But that's a range front on that. But like something like kind of like adjacent to it on that ground level.
We could run a distraction to try and get them out of there.
Or it's conceivable that I could knock them out. I've got some. I have what we need to do that. It could be done quietly.
Let's get some more information on what is up there to the best of our ability.
Okay.
I can, if y'all don't mind, I can hunt because it's like tracking at a character and gathering information about the location and movements. Maybe I'll go up the stairs and try to gather what we're looking for. Like, is this a drop off or is there a distraction point or a choke point to lure these guys into? That's what I'm angling for. Like,
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you wanna try to make your way through the buildings, try to get some more information like that, you can do that.
While he does
let's
that,
see.
I would kind of like to use ghost echoes again, to see if there's any objects within the ghost field or ghosts in here, because we've encountered that problem before. To just like see if like we're gonna have to deal with like a ghost lock or any other arcane stuff.
Right. Um, um, yeah, I don't think there's anything down here that's particularly weird. It's kind of as you pitch your view into that space, um, you kind of get that like reflection of that weird color of like light that's not light in a color that doesn't actually exist when there's like ghosts doing things. Like that kind of color is like up from like up the stairs.
Interesting.
Griffith, hold for just a second. Mike, if we listen for long enough, does that conversation repeat itself?
No, they do argue again
Okay.
about like I told you to shut up.
But not the same.
Yeah, oh God, why can't you count to yourself? And then like, look, shut your mouth. You don't have my dad here to like keep me off from like wiping the floor with you anymore, like things like that.
Proceed, Griffith.
What's my okay? What's my bonus dice here? What's my devil's bargain?
So based on the engagement roll, you're controlled.
Oh yeah.
Devil's bargain. I mean, I think the devil's bargain would be like you can make it where you're going to make it to based on the roll, and you'll get whatever information you're going to get based on the roll. But like, you'd make enough noise that like they know someone's there.
Nope, not yet. I'm gonna go ahead and just plug that 2 stress right there. Get my bonus dice that way.
Okay.
I need a reason to keep going back to Spog so I don't get more.
There you go.
What happened?
Oh, dude.
What we needed, sir.
That
Dude.
that is a roll. Okay.
It's downhill for here,
Yeah.
folks. This was the greatest roll I've ever had. It's
Shut
downhill.
up.
666. All right. Yeah. So you could make it. Right. So like the stairway down here, and like it goes up like a half a level, and then like there's like a wall, but it turns, and then it goes up to the first floor. Um, And as you kind of like, you back up against that and make it up to the first floor, there's this like kind of like old, super dusty, cracked mirror along the wall that it faces.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually see into that room. And you can see that like the stairs do continue upward the same way to the second story, where they go up and then there's a landing and then they turn around and then go back up the rest of the way. And you can see that in the room there is what you recognize as the inside of that drop box, like the drop off box for books. At the bottom of it, there is a like ratty, disgusting, filthy looking cardboard box. Just so like when people drop off, they're like, here's my protection money for my cobbler shop, and they slip it through the slot for like the night payment. It drops into the box, so they have it collected somewhere. And you see there are two dudes here sitting at like a table, like a makeshift table. Like one of them keeps leaning on it, and it keeps like rocking the whole time. Um, and he keeps like, he's the one who keeps counting to himself out loud, right?
Gotcha.
And I think he's a big Akarosi dude, like has his like sort of faux hawk pulled back kind of hair, and like shaved on the sides. Um, and he's got like an axe off his belt. And then the other dude is also Akarosi, but he's kind of like he's wiry looking. And he's kind of like wearing more bundled up, like pea coat kind of thing. He has like a one of those um one of the like canvas
Ascot.
masks, like the ones that Maribel made. And
Okay.
they're both like um, they each have like something that they're writing notes on, and they're like opening like little parcels and envelopes and stuff like that, and they're like counting the money in it and like making sure like need so and so the baker give me the right amount of money and stuff like that, and they're trying to like do this accounting of stuff. I think it's a crit. So like another thing that you will definitely pick up there is that like the one with like the pulled back hair. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you eventually get like his name is Coran, Coran, like Conan with an R.
War Ram.
Um, and that they keep talking a little bit, and as you're closer here, you can hear more of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you do pick up that it sounds like Coran's related to the guy who's in charge of the bill hooks. Like he's the head of the bill hooks son. Um, but that like his dad is in Ironhook. His
His dad's
dad's
where?
in Ironhook prison.
Oh,
Ah.
So like,
cool.
Holtz is like the other guy there, and he's like trying to get Corin like just count the money. We need to do the thing. It's like Corin, you know, just because my dad's not here, you don't think you get to like tell me what to do kind of thing. Even though like he absolutely gets to tell Corin what to do, but like Corin's got a big chip on
Mm-hmm.
his shoulder about it. So like, yeah, we have two like, angry dudes with like one has an axe and the other probably has like the handle of one of those meat hooks hanging out of the pocket of his peacoat. Hanging out here,
How can
trying
I
trying to do their
antagonize?
math homework. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I antagonize these guys to get them to kill each other?
I don't think that's good. I don't think you get to do that.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Yeah.
And just real quick, as a fresh reminder, the box is at the door or is in the bell?
the box was like over under like the where the Dropbox slot was.
All right.
So like if somebody went
So
to the
the
Dropbox and like put something in it and then like closed it, it would drop into that cardboard box that's over there.
okay, and it's in the room. So the okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll pass all that information to Ohm
Cool.
because I got the mask on.
Yep. And Maribel
And
and I are down at the bottom of the stairs getting that information, which is great. Okay.
And then followed up with, they're pretty dull, it seems. If you do have any of them grenades, I'm in a pretty good position to where I could just roll that in there.
Um,
But they are Takarosi,
No,
so it might.
they're Akarosi.
One is
They're from here.
Akaros.
They're both.
Oh,
Akaros.
okay, my fault.
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah,
said
no.
Takarosi.
No.
So, something I could do here that might scare them away is I can harm this area in such a way that it attracts ghosts. And
You can.
would encourage their swift departure, and maybe they would never return.
That's a risk.
How do we protect ourselves from that?
Oh, we have a whisperer. Cleans that up
Jeez.
later.
In the moment, how do we protect ourselves from that?
Oh, run.
I have 3 in atonement out of character, so what Griffith would say is like, if cousin, you want to go this route, I'm pretty sure I can remember one of our uncle's chants that might be able to stave off.
The other options
I'm
I have are I have a number of grenades that can entrance them, blind them, do all kinds of things to disable them.
As much as I'm going to regret saying this, and we're playing a bit of back and forth. Did he say that there was a ledger book up there?
I believe so, yes.
And money.
And
correct?
money. Yes. By the sound of this man's counting, a fair bit of coin.
I'm going to regret this a lot. I think we need to scare them off and hope that they leave some of those things behind as well.
So I'm going to do
okay.
Oh, Corin looks like a straight up killer. Fuck, man. We're so screwed.
But maybe he's scared of ghosties. Ghosties are bad.
Well, Holtz looks like, I don't know, man. Holtz looks like he is half ghost. I mean, look at that. Look at that gaunt face.
He's got that. Oh, go ahead.
Could you relay to Griffith if they have spirit bane charms on them? If he can see.
I'll ask. Ohm asks.
Sorry.
No, yeah.
Let me take a look.
I mean, you got like crits, man. Like.
Yeah, no, like yeah, I'm gonna use all of this. Do I see spirit bane?
No.
Nah, I'll be like,
nothing
doesn't
that
look like
sticks
it.
out as being that kind of thing. They look very,
reckless.
very physically minded, right? Like these guys don't look like the type that are like, oh, well, we gotta be careful of ghosts, right? They're like, oh,
They don't have guns, right? It's just knives.
Like,
yeah, and I don't think that either one of them has a gun that you can see.
Okay.
Like they still have like jackets and stuff like that, but like nobody has like a visible.
My other option is that I can
there's
poison.
axe, though.
Yeah. So knowing that we're not seeing a lot of guns, Ohm says my other option is I do have a blow dart gun, and I can incapacitate them quietly.
my concern is keeping this place in the long term. If they keep returning to it, we may have problems holding on to it.
How about this? What if I wreck their bedroom so the ghosts are attracted down there? And we stay upstairs and we hide out and wait for them to go downstairs and retire, where they're going to run into a bunch of ghosts, be terrified, maybe killed. Who knows? But either way, it happens down there. We're all upstairs. Safe.
Well, we have to get upstairs first.
It's true. It's patience. It's a longer play, but it could work.
What
And
does Griffith think?
It would mean that they wouldn't come back.
I was about to ask, am I hearing this? Like, am I
Yeah,
hearing?
yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
Ohm is speaking through the mask to you
Okay.
and to Maribel. And then would say, Maribel wants to know what you think, Griffith. I detect some trepidation.
I heard that.
It's
Intentionally
a
so.
long. It's a long play. I think if we can get them upstairs and they run out the door, it leaves the ledger book, it leaves the money,
Like,
and Corin, if you remember, is the leader. So killing him is not ideal. I know that it's different for me to say, but it seems like he's your son. So if we can scare him, take that, they'll probably never come back because he looks like, to be honest with you, a right bastard, but also chicken, like a
bully.
bully. Yeah. So
my vote is that we scare them out. Like,
yeah,
drop the ghosts on them up there.
Oh,
I
ghost up there. Okay.
Yeah, I got a tune. So if anything, I could be the one to try to walk in there. Why not? It's not like I'm gonna talk to a demon this time.
We'll see.
And then
We'll
we
see.
can
We see
have-
how great
Well,
my attraction roll is. Maybe I'm not just attracting ghosts. I'm attracting whole demons. We'll see.
Let's not.
I mean, there's
On
no
a roll,
demons here.
man.
That's the same as like answering the question about like, do they have guns on them? I won't know until your roll goes bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
The other thing is, could you be up there? Can you sneak up there and then attract?
That's the other piece, is that I can do it down here without really attracting their attention very easily. Whereas up there, I'm going to have to do it quietly, and that is difficult.
Maybe Griffith can assist you and Ghost can assist you in knowing where to place yourself for that.
Potentially.
I can do that.
And
Yeah.
I can, for the moment, stay here in the clear until the screaming's over or whatever.
Okay.
Guard the back. Make sure nobody sneaks up on you from behind. Yes.
Yes.
It's an important position in any marching order. So it almost sounds like there's a potential for the whole like the teamwork moves. There's one where it's like doing a setup action.
Yeah.
Like Griffith does something to distract them, and then that's going to give a bonus to Home when he tries to rack up there.
Right.
Does
Mhm.
that
And
sound-
specifically for me to not be detected while I'm doing the wrecking. And so let's do the ghost word thing real quick. I'm just going to toss that in the chat. I can wreck an area with arcane substances and methods so that it either entices or repulses spirits.
Okay.
And so this would definitely be to try and draw them here and entice them to come, that kind of thing. And basically make this room lousy with ghosts.
Moments for the moment until we clear them.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Maribel is wearing her Spirit Bane charm. Bam.
Okay.
Does Ohm have a Spirit Bane charm? Ohm does not have a Spirit Bane charm. I do not wear one.
Dang it. We can't give our stuff to each other like in Cyberpunk, can we?
Sure. Yeah, I can hand you a pistol. That's fine.
It just
Well, I was
comes
gonna
off of
hand
their
you-
loadout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand you because it's an italicized. I was gonna hand you my Spirit Bane charm. I'm gonna really lean on this 3 attune. I'm gonna lean in on that.
I think Ohm
That one feels weird to me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ohm is going to leave. I'm going
Oh.
to wreck the scene and I'm going to leave because I don't want to
Okay.
bump into these guys and I don't want to bump into ghosts. So, yeah.
All right, well then I'll keep.
Maribel expresses that her wants are, if we can, the ledger and any money that we can grab.
Understood.
But I will stay down here in case I can help in another way. Do we want to switch up the masks? Can we quickly?
Yes. I'll take out
With
the
my-
fetish and give it to you.
So I'm with Ghost then.
Yeah, you talk to
Okay.
Ghost, and I'll roll up to Ghost.
Be careful.
Of
Please.
course, I will. And Ohm begins to sneak upstairs. I think at some point with Griffith's guidance on where to be so as to not be seen or heard.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would give him every little clue that I got on the way up there.
Okay. I mean, that sounds like you're trying to what was it? Prowl about unseen and traverse obstacles, and that Griffith is assisting.
Yep.
Okay. So is
So
that
is
cool
that
with
with
you to
stress?
spend one stress to give him an extra die on that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I got 3 more, y'all.
So position is controlled
Um,
or risky?
I was gonna say risky. I mean, Griffith Ghost did really, really well with that like mega crit that he did. So I think calling it controlled is probably okay.
Cool. I get maybe one fuck up. Maybe. Okay, and then my effect, I am going to be using burglary gear to try and make myself extra quiet. Can I use that to get a greater effect? Like I wrapped my shoes in extra rope so they're super quiet, and I've got my like
sure.
sneak gloves on and all that good stuff.
He's got those brand new laces on.
That's
like,
right. My
Yeah,
new
it's
racing
they're made
laces.
with
The
like
racing laces.
yeah, they're made with like Takaroshi squirrel meat or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes them extra good.
Yeah.
That is, and now my camera's stuck. That's fun.
Oh, that's okay. You look great.
Yep. Good pose.
It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
There we go. All right. Yeah.
No.
All right. I feel much better now.
Wait.
All right.
But you're over there now.
Oh wait, but it put you back in the right spot.
It did it for me.
I got lucky.
Okay.
For the overlay, I'm in the right spot. So
That's wild.
That's all that matters.
Because for me, you're completely in the wrong spot. I love this.
Same.
Okay.
Now I have to look over here
seven,
for Mike
five.
instead of over here.
Right.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay.
No, it's all good.
Um,
So yeah. Sorry, I was negotiating for effect. The deal is that Ohm is hurt. Ohm has hurt level 1 with less effect. So I'm trying to like spend some of my gear to get back
try
up
to
to standard.
get that back. Okay.
Standard effect.
Yeah. I think that burglary gear has something in it that like you're able to get into place to help.
Awesome. And I'm gonna get a bonus die from Griffith.
Yep.
And any devil's bargain in here?
Can I also give him bonus die?
Oh.
Because I have. Because can you only get one from a.
Oh, that's a great question.
I
don't
think
know.
you get one assistance.
Okay. Then
Right?
maybe
like
it's
one
better
person, one person can assist and you can push or take a devil's bargain. Like
maybe it's
there's
better
an
than
actual,
for
like, two
Maribel
extra dice there.
for you to have assisted, just so that Griffith isn't burning stress.
Yeah, we can burn one of mine, and that's just like he stepped here and he stepped there.
Yeah.
Stepped there.
Oh, right.
Remember what he said a second ago about the third step from the bottom and something on the left side. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, I did need that reminder. And so Griffith earns back a stress, right?
Yay!
Because that may come up later. For the devil's
Appreciate
bargain, I'm almost terrified to ask, but I gotta ask.
Don't get yourself attacked by ghosts.
Right? That's what I really want to avoid.
It's not. Meh.
Well, and this is not the wrecking roll. This is the. I
Yeah.
don't
This
think
is the sneaking roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the devil's bargain is there's another die there, and like once you reach that top landing and you're ready to start moving into that room, Holmes the one who hears another voice from upstairs on the second
Cool. I like it.
floor.
All right. So 2 bonus die.
Please don't.
Oh. So many 2s.
In a 1.
Which fives? Fives are mixed successes. It's a controlled roll, so it never gets super bad.
Oh God. I always feel like maybe I'm overdoing the dice thing and like trying to get too many dice, but then I see rolls like that. I'm like, I needed those dice. I need it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
I think that's you do make it up there, and you do manage to get off to the side. I think in the middle of doing it, when it's like that. Remember, he said don't step on the third step on the left side. That like you kind of step in the middle, and like that step you make it above it before it like totally breaks.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's like a gap in that stairwell now that
Oh yeah.
like Maribel's gonna have to put effort into trying to get back up here and meet you guys, and like
Gotcha.
you're gonna have to like jump to like make it back down the stairwell.
Gotcha. So I'm upstairs. I'm in position, and what do I hear?
You see Corin and Holtz sitting at the table, occasionally arguing to one another, trying to count these things that people have dropped off. Um, Corin is big and threatening and not cut out to be like accounting at all, ever. Like it's just obvious. Um, and I think from upstairs, it's probably like you end up hearing like "Ugh." It's like there's still coffee down there, kind of thing. Like somebody's like waking up there and getting ready to come downstairs.
Oh my God. Ohm is going to freeze and try and find Griffith's face to impart
Focus.
some yeah. Ohm is gonna like stop and look around and just try and find Griffith up on the second floor. I assume that the second floor can like look down onto uh the level that Ohm is on. The first floor, I guess.
Yeah, I think like the area that they're in is like mostly like I don't want to call it totally open space. It's not like big and expansive. Like it's like
Right.
a real big building. But like it has like a couple tables in the middle. If they're at one, like the other one's probably broken and off on an angle kind of deal. There's a bunch of like empty bookshelves lining like all the walls and like other bookshelves down there that are just like stripped bare. Um, and then yeah, you can see the edge of a balcony up above. Like you came up the stairs, and if you came the direction into the room, there's like a balcony, and then like a lot of that room is like 2 stories high with open space, and there's like a balcony that like looks down on it from above, where there would be
Okay.
something else up there.
Yeah, Ohm is gonna take a minute to try and find Griffith up there.
I'm not
And does
sure that
I,
it's. I don't know that it goes like to the other side. Like I think it's
right.
just like it's above you, and like you're just looking at like the bottom of it.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Because
saying. Okay.
like there's also like there's somebody who's like making a noise up there, and like they're waking up, but like you can't see where they're at.
All right.
You just know they're up on
do
that.
I see them?
Nope. That was the deal. That was the devil's bargain. Is Ohm is the only one that is aware of it. And there's not an easy way for me to tell you. So I'm going to Ohm is going to like hunker down underneath some kind of like bookshelf desk situation that is bodily blocking them from seeing Ohm.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, there's like a it's not like a super huge desk with like big panels and stuff like that. It's just fairly small, but it's got a little
Yep.
bit of cover. It's like this is probably like the reference librarian's desk.
Yeah. And Ohm is going to take out of their satchel a bunch of um, like arcane implements and some fine wrecking tools. and I'm going to go about the business of turning this bookshelf into a feeding trough for what ghosts like, you know, life energy, or I don't know, Cracker Jacks boxes, probably life energy, right?
Yeah.
Something that would attract.
Sprinkle
If
on a
I
little bit
had
of
to guess.
Yeah.
sprinkle on a little bit of Parmesan and toss it under the broiler. Yeah.
Yeah, and probably like takes out a blade and like cuts some of their blood onto this just so that there's like some authenticity to that. And try and wreck the shit out of this thing.
Okay, so wreck is like wreck, right? Like wreck is destroying. Wreck isn't a subtle destruction.
Right.
Disassembly things.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things where like
You can like, oh, I nick my finger and I draw sigils on it, and then like it's like, and then I throw a spirit bottle into it and it shatters, right? Like,
right. Yeah, so I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stage this thing, and then I'm going to like back away and
Mhm.
then hurl my arcane implements into there as a wrecking move.
Okay.
And
As
hopefully
as
not
you
be
at,
next to it
yeah,
when
we
it
get
does
that
it.
little view of it as you like back away from it, and it like kind of like the full bookshelf comes into view. Like across the top, it has this like carved wooden banner piece across it for like Encyclopedia Imperialis, like, and like the sigil of like the immortal emperor in the middle. It's like,
Yes. Yes, that is the right thing to wreck then.
yeah.
No. um, Maribel is going to pretend like this is the movie Bird Box and going to cover her eyes with something because if she can't see them, they can't hurt
They're
her.
not there. Yes.
Then she can't be quickly stunned by them or something, I guess.
That's how that works.
So definitely like just pulled back, like maybe like even under the stairs, and just like listening for what is about to happen.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what does Griffith get up to in preparation for getting ready to set off? Ghost fulfilling.
There's a part of me that wants to roll a study to kind of get a surrounding of my area, so I can either make a quick exit or make a quick dash to get the stuff after they leave, or I want to do like I'm stuck between doing that or I want to start prepping for the small ritual I got to do to withstand the ghosts that are gonna come.
Okay.
Right? Because you said I don't know about dude waking up, right?
Um,
Being up
you
there.
don't know where he's at up here, but like he's probably like standing at the thing and like shouting down at the other dudes. It's like, what? I thought you were farther along than that when I laid down, kind of thing. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Cool. I want to do a study then to get the exact location so I can move myself away from his line of sight.
Okay, so I don't think. I think you can tell he's on the other side of the other side of like a bookcase that like puts him like at like the end of this like sort of balcony-ish thing, and you're kind of towards the middle of
Okay.
it uh, more over the middle of the room, which is where those guys were. Um, so I think it's not so much like you have to figure out where he's at to be able to get away, as much as like it's just like kind of like prowling to move somewhere else without detection.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I
he's up
want to move.
here, the guys downstairs have like partial vision to some areas up here from between banister railings and stuff like that. So,
So we're looking at like a prowl then.
yeah, I think so.
All right. What's my position?
This one's risky,
Okay.
right? Like there's a dude up here. There's dudes who may potentially be able to see where you're at from down below.
I will also have burglary gear.
Okay.
So, because I am also hurt. so I can get that up to a standard effect.
Well,
I just saw that.
You're hurt, but you have that one that like your penalties aren't as
Worse.
bad. So like level 1 harm
Oh
doesn't cause
yeah,
you any
that's right.
penalties. At
Well
level
then,
2, your effect comes down, and then only if you're at level 3 do you have like -1 die penalty.
that's right. I forgot about that. Cool, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Then I'm still gonna use to go to a great effect because I'm not stealthy.
Okay.
For being the sniper, I only have 2 in prowl.
It only goes up to 3, so yeah.
Well, do I want to burn a stress here? Just 2 stress here again. What's my devil's bargain?
I think the devil's bargain is there might be enough noise made that like it may be that they start looking around and notice like what's going on that bookshelf over there,
Of
like
course.
where Ohm's at.
Yeah, baby. What's going on that bookshelf?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do this. Thank you, God.
6. Okay, yeah. Full success for you. Yeah,
Nice.
you're able to be like, okay, the dude's on the other side of that bookshelf. If I pull back over here by the stairs against that wall, then I'll be in shadow. Like there's a covering over the window that's in there. Like you'll be out of the way, well away from where that guy's at. Um, Down
Okay.
below, you do hear like the dudes at the table be like, "Yeah, screw you, coffee. You want coffee? Make it yourself." And then like you hear Corin be like, "Wait, what's that over there?" And like you hear like that wood on wood like noise when like people stand up real quick and the chairs shove back across the gritty wood floor.
Time to wreck.
Yeah, and you see 2 very large. Well, Corin's really large. Holtz is like still a good size. Holtz is still probably shorter than Ohm is, but he's meatier than Ohm
Yeah.
is, at least from how I kind of have the picture of them in my head. And they are like, what's that? And their head for the shelf.
Okay. Ohm's face is going to display Costa and her dead face on the mask. And Ohm is going to be wrecking this bookshelf right now.
Okay, go for
it. Risky, desperate?
There's a couple guys buried down on you. I feel like that's kind of desperate.
Okay. All right. I'm using arcane implements and fine wrecking tools to get this going. Does that boost my effect up?
Great, sure.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I need some ghosts now. Stat. Not like in a minute, but like right now. um, oh God. I'm gonna spend the stress and just give myself a bonus die.
Okay.
I don't want a devil's bargain because the devil's bargain is be something like, but they get you. Like then that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for old Ohm today.
Yeah, the devil's bargain is like, yeah, you can have the die. You also get clotheslined by Corin. Like,
Yeah, exactly. No, because the other item on Ohm's immediate to-do list is leave. And being touched by one of them is not conducive to the second step of this plan. So I'm going to submit this.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there's like, the little like sigil that you drew in the back with like your blood, and you're like pull out the like, oh, it's like a grenade full of like, witch hazel and like some kind of ash and like some electroplasm and like a little cylinder in the middle, like you like crack it, and it just like and like there's that screwed up semi-luminescent color of like when electroplasm shoots lightning everywhere around it. Um, but like it's sparking all around the room repeatedly, like one of those like glass sphere things with the ball in the middle, and you touch it, it does little like plasma streams out you where your fingers are touching the glass ball,
Mm-hmm.
like the things they used to have at Spencer Gift in the 80s.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's doing that like all over the room, and
Oh,
like
that's terrifying.
one of
I'm
them,
leaving.
yes, one of those like definitely like starts on the floor, runs along the distance of the floor to where Holtz is, and it just runs up his entire body, and you just see him kind of like, "Bleh," and like thump down onto the ground. And that's when like not necessarily like out loud, but in that like, what's that I hear in the ghost field? It's like, oh, that's the howling and screaming of many high-pitched voices headed this direction at great speed. Um, I think you turn and make it to like the top of the steps to get back down. Um, you duck out of Corin's grasp as you grip as like he goes for you with like his one free hand, and he's got like the axe in the other, and like he misses you.
Uh-huh.
Um, and that's when like all the windows there shatter inward with
Uh-huh.
like glowy spectral bad things coming in through them.
If he gets back down to me, to our level, then I'm gonna like throw my cloak around us and do the whole like Frodo and Sam thing on the mountain, like just covering both of us, hiding as best as I can. If comes back down.
I have
Doesn't come back down.
I have one more thing I want to do.
Uh-huh.
So Ohm is going to like while running down the stairs. I'm going to be running down the stairs.
Yeah.
Ohm is going to grab some, I think, tinkering tools. What I really need is rope. I'm going to set up a trip line to try and get this guy to fall down like a couple of flights of stairs and hurt himself before he gets to us,
Right.
kind of things. So I'm
I
just going to do
think
a quick.
there's two things that I want to hit.
Yeah.
One is Griffith is now upstairs in a room that's full of like weird lightning and like ghosts pouring into it. So like,
Yeah.
where's Griffith gonna go?
Yeah.
And two is that like Ohm is charging down a set of like broken stairs from when he was going up them.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
that's
So maybe
gonna be a
I'm
factor.
Oh,
maybe
you know what?
that just makes your attempt to like put the lineup like
I've already
desperate.
made the trap. The trap is that stairs thing I've already ruined.
Yeah. It's just you need to avoid the trap too.
Right.
Don't worry about me, David. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Bye.
Yeah. Do you want me to go? I've already gone a thing. It should be Casey that we figure out what happens to Casey next.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. Meanwhile, upstairs.
He
Yeah. So
really
Griffith,
outdone
you're
himself
like,
this time.
yeah, you're like back in the shadows. You do hear like the people downstairs. Like you hear it when a Holtz gets hit with this thing and like gets shocked and like passes out. You hear Corin screaming at Ohm, like tear your head off. And then from where you're at, you're still kind of like ducked back in shadows, back by the stairway. Okay, very funny. Uh, Sorry. Thanks, chat. Back at the stairway, like you're still like kind of covered, like hidden away. And the other dude that's up here, you see him come like kind of like heading back away from the railing towards the back wall and starting to head your direction because he's trying to reach the stairs.
If I because right now I'm hidden, right?
Yeah, right now you're hidden. There's the stairs, and there's a dude who is coming full speed, like basically directly at where you are without paying attention that you're there to try to reach those stairs.
If I let him go, is he gonna catch on? Like, would I intuitively know that?
Almost fast.
I don't know. I mean, like gnome. Sorry, home. They're wiring, right? Like they're slippery. Um, they might be able to like either get away faster than this guy's going to reach down there, or just get away from him in general. But um, I'm not sure because depends on the dice, right?
I think I'm gonna let him pass because the ghost. We're gonna be reckless. I'm gonna pull out my blowgun and I'm going to use a electroplasmic ammunition. So I'm guessing this is the unique weapon. And I'm gonna go try to supercharge one of these ghosts to
Okay.
maybe to speed up the process of them leaving. If you get what I'm saying, like I wanna
Speed up the
use
process
hunt.
of
I'm
the
angling
bill
the
hooks leaving or the ghost leaving.
yes. No, the bill hook's leaving.
I have an idea for you.
Okay.
Use your blow gun to get some electroplasm on the guy who's passing you.
Mm,
So the ghosts are like, ooh, a snack.
So I
yes.
think
I don't know if that's how it
electroplasmic
works.
ammunition, I think is supposed to be like you use your gun to shoot a ghost.
Oh. Never
Oh.
mind.
How did
Which
we do
is
this last
still
time?
We've never done this. There
Well,
was no last.
I tried to remember when one dude got ate by the ghost because my blow dart gun
We also had a
like
whisper assisting us on that run.
true. That's right. Okay.
Yep.
I couldn't remember. That was my idea. Ah,
yeah, it's electroplasmic ammo is especially potent against spirits, but less effective against physical targets. The electrical charge is enough to stun a person, but does very little real harm. Several hits might incapacitate a human target.
Okay.
This
I think
ammunition is especially reactive in the ghost field. Make a 4-tick clock called "Attention from the Spirit Wardens" and tick it for every operation in which this ammo is used.
that's
oh
amazing.
wow. Okay.
So, dude, your job is to hang out and then be the one that grabs all the money and the ledger.
Right. But I want
That-
the XP tick.
Do it. But I'm just saying, you're gonna be reckless going into a room full of ghosts.
This is true.
You're gonna
This
be
is true.
doing all those things by
You know
inserting
what?
yourself.
Never mind. You
Well,
make a point, David. I know how to get my 2 XPs.
There.
Never mind. I know how to get my 2 XPs. I'm gonna hang out. You got me.
Okay, I gotta
can I
say,
can I make another comment
the way that
regarding?
the way
Sorry,
that
go ahead.
Blades in the Dark encourages like metagaming that creates story is so nice. It's so nice. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Blake. Go
So
ahead.
the thing I was gonna say, Casey, is in terms of Griffith, um, this dude who's like starting to take off down the stairway, um, you have the drop on him, and if you peg him in the back with one of your guns, then you've addressed a challenge with violence till the end of the night.
Will it knock him out though?
Well, not necessarily like skip the electroplasmic ammo conversation. If
Oh
you
no,
shoot
no,
this dude,
Mike.
you're being violent. That's
No. Trust me, Mike. I'm gonna get the violence too. Let's just play this out. I want to play this.
yeah.
Let's just play this out.
All right.
Trust me. Worst saying to ever come out of my mouth.
Trust me. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So what's Griffith doing?
He's gonna sink back as close to the shadows as possible and let this guy pass him and hang out.
Yep. No, Ghost did great getting up here, and this dude has like significant other problems that he is way more concerned with than trying to find Ghost. So
Gotcha.
he totally does not pay attention at all, and he takes off down the stairs.
All right. Going back to you, cousin.
Um,
So charging down the stairs, trying to avoid falling down the hole. Is that
I've
where
been
we're still at?
I've been reading my items,
Okay.
and a bandolier of like binding oil, would that keep these guys here in this room?
If you got it on them, yes. Right, like that's like Wile E. Coyote crazy glue
Right.
type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Or could I at least like hit the entrance to the stairs going down so that like they would get stuck like roaches on a roach motel kind of
Yes.
thing. And then they can make the decision, we don't want to go this way, we want to go out the other way. Fleeing ghosts.
Yes.
Because I don't know if Ohm's going to hit a guy. But I'm pretty sure Ohm can like smack this causeway. If I'm honest about Ohm's skills. Because hitting somebody with a grenade is like finesse, right?
Yeah, I think that's
I can't pivot for like wreck or prowl. It's a finesse roll.
well, finesse an item from someone's pocket, place a little misdirection or sleight of hand heal vehicle. Prowl is, move about unseen, traverse obstacles, ambush with close violence. Like finesse is more of the like fine-grained physical type coordinated stuff.
Yeah, I think what I'm trying to do here is really just wreck again. Toss the bandolier, toss the sticky goo down, wreck this whole thing so it's impassable terrain effectively. And yeah, just try and make that the thing. Does that work for you?
Yes.
Awesome. Boom. Spending 1 binding oil, right?
Mhm.
Yep, binding oil. Okay, cool. Am I risky or am I desperate?
I think doing this while trying to avoid all that, like the broken stuff, is probably desperate.
Okay.
Right? Like that'll let us
Yep.
like bundle it all into one. Okay.
Yeah, I like it. Am I on standard effect with this?
Yes.
Okay. I don't feel great spending any more stress.
Can I assist him in any way?
Or me, since I still have the free one.
I'm a little hesitant on Griffith because trying to help somebody jump some stairs when you're on a different floor feels like a little bit of a stretch to me.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But Maribel, you could have come up.
Yeah, to try and like catch him and bring him down. Like I
Yeah.
said, I wanted to cover him the cloak. So
Yeah, you can have come up to that landing, so like he's not going to like, oh, I'm going to like give you a hand as
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
leaping one of these
quickly,
stairs,
yeah.
like that.
Okay.
hmm
Perfecto. Man. I mean, it works, but holy smokes.
Boy, we like skating today, don't we? We just like playing
We
with
are.
playing right on the edge.
There's so many ones in so many of these rolls. Oh my god. So yeah, the main goal was to make that area impassable, so that they get stuck in it and have to fight ghosts that while they're standing there, or go the other way, right?
Um, I think you hurl it at that like top step, right, and it shatters, and it definitely coats up there. I think there's a little bit of it that like gets on you, on your hand,
Yeah.
um, and it cracks on that top step immediately as Corin like comes skirting around. Ah, I just tear you in half, you skinny little what's it? And like he comes down and he does like that step, and his foot like fuses to it, and his whole body weight carries him forward, and there's like that out of his ankle as he lands on the stairs and his foot is still upright. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
That's awesome.
Um,
Ohm has ruined
but
this
it,
man's life.
yeah, and
I just lived through that.
I
with
know
my
I thought of it
husband.
after I said something. Um, sorry.
Ohm has
Um,
ruined this man's
It's
life.
fine.
but he's like the axe like flies out of his hand, and then like you duck to the side to try to avoid getting hit by the axe, and you end up like bumping into Maribel, and now like your hand is like fused to the side of Maribel's dress. So you guys have to get out of here like physically stuck together.
I am so sorry. Ohm is immediately like, I'm so sorry. You're muted. though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she just rip a dress. She's or whatever he's connected to. She would just rip it.
How
So
handy.
they were not connected to one another because
Yeah.
no.
He has this like big torn off square of like brocade
Yeah.
fabric now. Like
Yeah.
this is my like brocade mitten.
This
Like,
is my swimming hand now.
You can see that like her petticoat. Like, ugh, mm, we'll worry about that later, sir.
Well, now I gotta steal the money, right? Like she's got to buy a new dress.
That's right.
Are you so are Ohm and Maribel sticking around there still? Pardon the pun, sorry about that. Or are you like taking off? Like are you hanging out to see where Griffith is gonna get up to, or what Griffith is gonna get up to, and like
Well,
these other footsteps coming down the stairs?
is that dude gonna follow? Like he fell. Did he fall down? Like to the level that we're on?
He's not able to keep following you because he's still attached to the top stair.
He's about to
Um,
be eaten by ghosts, though.
he's about to be eaten by ghosts. His immediate thing right now is that he is in an intense volume of pain.
I feel like we need to stick around ish to make sure that we get the stuff upstairs that we wanted to get. Also, we haven't exactly like secured the dead drop.
Not yet.
We've
Right.
caused a lot of other issues. So I think Omen and I just need to huddle in a corner and wait for the ghosts to be full.
Ohm has something they want to do.
Maribel is going to hide in a corner so she is not attacked by ghosts.
Okay. Um, okay. So you said Ohm has something he wants to do, and I know Griffith has to be
Yeah.
headed somewhere.
Yeah. So I'll wait.
So, okay. Griffith, what are you up to?
Let's see here. Where's home dude at going down the stairs?
He has made it down to that landing and back around. Um,
Hmm,
so he's like going out of your view from what you would be able to see from the top at this point.
cool. I want to make it to the banister. Actually,
Like the railing that overlooks the first floor, or
yeah, the overlook where they were counting the money.
okay, yeah,
And
where it looks down on that table. Yeah.
where's dude that passed out? Is he still out?
You can see like one of his legs. Like if you lean over the banister and look like straight down, you can see like one of his legs. Like he passed out like underneath where this kind of over thing is.
It's probably still shocking
And
because he's there.
Actually, there's probably a
My-
couple ghosts that have like moved on him at this point. 'Cause he's just lying there. Like,
Oh my god. Which one is that?
Okay,
Which one is that?
so
Which one is that again?
one,
That's
the
Holt.
electrified one.
Was it Holtz?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the bone cheek guy.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, time for a tune. The thing I'm trying to do is become either invisible to the ghost or
Mhm.
whatever is unpleasant to a ghost that they ain't gonna touch me, because I want to wait for Tweedledee and Tweedle Broken Leg to leave before I make a move on the money and stuff. But I also want to. There's something I want to do to help Ohm in his mass project. So I need those two to be gone. So I guess I want to do a tune to make myself unappealing to the ghost. Is what I'm getting at for right
Yeah,
now.
I think there's no real ghosts like up here right now. They were more attracted to the thing that's like underneath where you're at. And that's where there's like somebody for them to actively feed on, and they're like, you probably see them like moving the direction of where that stairwell is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like, if we're all going to sit here and wait for a second, then you're going to hear like Corin, who is like broken down on the stairway. Um,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah,
I'm not waiting.
yeah, no. We'll hear Corin start like screaming again more. Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
as the
Yeah,
ghosts
Corin.
Damn it,
start to
I'm
move
trying to
things.
protect you.
I know.
Damn it.
I
You
know.
and your obsessed ways.
And I
Oh,
think then there is
you know what?
there's the
Go ahead, Mike.
sound of okay. There's the sound of Corin starting to get attacked by ghosts. And then there's the sound of the guy who was upstairs making it to the landing there, seeing Corin getting chewed on by ghosts, and Holtz passed out being like pried apart by ghosts. And then like above that door where you came in below, there's like a back entrance on that ground level. And then there's the sound of like rattling while that guy realizes that door is like jammed shut, and then like a lot of like him slamming his own body into that door. Uh,
Okay.
and then let's see, all 2d6. Oh, there's the sound of the door breaking down and him getting out. Okay.
Honestly, that's awesome.
Cool.
We need word that this thing is haunted to shit to get out.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, well, we got I got my extra strategy. I don't know about you two, but I know where I'm going. I'm going right out that door. Cool. I'm gonna roll a tune and I'll start to make myself unappealing, and I'm gonna walk down the stairs.
Okay.
Go. Are
What's
you?
my
You're
position?
gonna go to the money and stuff. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm going to the money and stuff, and
I
eventually
want
over
to
to the
call
lock.
walking through this space desperate.
Okay, that's fair.
But hey, it's XP, right? So
Yep. What do I have to make this even better? How many things have I clicked? Just one. Cool. Awesome.
Do you have
I am
arcane
going to
implements or
click.
something that you can?
I'm gonna. Yep, I got arcane implements.
There it is.
Let's say the background is that right before you going on, I'll be like, hey, cuz I'm gonna need to borrow some of your tools. And that's usually not the thing, but let me borrow some of those.
Well, I've
And
already used
that's
mine. So
oh well,
if you don't
then yeah,
have,
you know what? I'll just take them.
okay.
I grabbed some extra ones. Submit.
Oh, I'm so sorry. If you have it on your sheet, then it came out of my stores for sure, for sure. I thought you
Okay.
were trying to get it off my
Yeah.
sheet, and I was like, my sheet's already spent.
No. I got it on mine.
Okay, cool.
And you know what? Because I really need this to work, I'm gonna go ahead and burn 2 stress. Hey, if this
Got-
doesn't work, I'm screwed, right?
Are
Gotta,
you Ethan up here with all the dice? What?
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Like, here it is, guys. This is how I die.
Yes.
I got a 5. I'll take it.
All right. All
I'll take it.
right. This is so jacked.
Okay,
Oh my god.
you get the choice because you get to resist one effect. So do you resist damage from the ghosts, or do you get the ledger and the money?
Oh, bugger.
'Cause you can have the ledger and the money, but like the ghosts are gonna like mess with you in the process.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the money in the ledger. I gotta take it. Because if I don't, this is worthless. This whole thing that we did is worthless. So what's my damage?
Resistance, you have armor resisting, right?
Oh,
I don't know. You guys always have to explain to me how this works. So resist
Yeah,
that shit. Or
um,
something.
yeah, you can either resist it or you can spend armor. I think it's hitting the thing and like it's so many like things scratching at you the whole way as you try to make it to that back door that it's like stumbling out the back door over the ledge that's out there and landing on that level that's down below, like holding the stuff, like by the dock that you came in by where everybody else is at. Um, and like that's where like like you kind of like the adrenaline dies down a little and you realize that it's like level 3 for them.
yeah, I would like to resist that with
Okay.
two things of armor.
With okay. Are you spending the 2 checkboxes to get armor, or are you spending to get heavy armor
Oh,
also?
that I'm spending the 2 check boxes to get armor,
Okay, that'll bring it from 3 to 2.
and then if I get a 1 check box of armor, heavy armor,
Yeah,
what does that do for me?
you have to take all the linked checkboxes to take the heavy armor.
I got you. Cool, cool. Well, seeing how I'm not going to get to chop the head off that I wanted to do, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that.
Go ahead
So
and
what's my
take
do the armor and
the heavy armor too.
well, no, just take the armor and resist
Right.
to level 2.
Okay, so you don't have to resist if you spend the armor to do
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
And also it wouldn't do you any good to take the heavy armor because you're full on level 1. It would have to stop at level 2 either way.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, you're like level 2, like shredded.
Shredded.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say busted. And then as I'm sitting there coughing, I'm like, Maribel, I got your damn money and ledger. Can we go now?
Um, I- not. If you're hurt, you should probably start to go home. But and I,
Why?
well, because you're
What's going?
hurt. Still needs to secure the drop. And if
Do
you're
you guys have it?
if you're that badly hurt, you're not useful to me. Go home, Griffith.
So I think
Right.
what I'll say, and I don't want to step on like the RP here because I love watching going through that because I think that's hilarious. Um, I think being able to definitely say that Ohm is able to also wreck something to make it anathema to ghosts means that there's also the option of Ohm walks back in, tosses a specialized grenade that blows up, and like all the ghosts get chased off.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's fair to say that like now that the bad guys are out of the way and that's the only part to focus on, you'll be able to do that.
Cool.
And they have been, two of their dudes died. One of them was like the son of the guy who runs the bill hooks. One person kind of barely made it out. They're not coming back here anytime soon, so there's definitely time for you guys to, drive out the ghosts and say, we send over like the gutter snipes to board up the windows from the inside.
Well, if that's the case, then I'd have Griffith stay. Like,
Okay, yeah.
but wait,
Like
'cause
I
then-
don't want you to have to.
yeah.
Just
That was
the-
precisely my plan. That was precisely my plan. It's like the ghosts have done the effect we need them to do. Now it's time for Ohm to drive them all away with another wreck.
We probably need to do something with the bodies.
I have the perfect.
Oh, right, that. Yeah, so there is
I
also
will
like
take-
the sound of bells, but you know that the ghost seeker crows can't track you guys down.
Actually, so question: was Corn eaten by ghosts?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Never mind.
Can't
Those
get his
all-
face.
Yeah. I'm very upset now. That's really
You
what
can
I
get his
wanted.
face. It's just
Yeah, no, it's not. That's not what I want. I want living faces, Mike.
Okay, then I will take possession of the money and the ledger from Griffith because I can't carry these guys anywhere.
I need to wreck this zone to drive away all the ghosts first before we do anything, because these ghosts can find you and me. We're still in the building, so
right.
Let's do that first if we can. Because if I'm not successful there, we just need to leave. Because
I thought Mike was
yeah.
allowing
The
us
thing
to
that
have
I
it.
was trying to say is
Okay.
like
Okay,
the
cool.
other steps in terms of like you've driven out the other people who held this territory, and
Yep.
that's really the hard part. Like the other
Right.
part is like,
Okay. So all right.
oh, we
Perfect.
need to do the tedious bit, and then we need to put like something back up to cover
Right.
the windows and secure it.
All right.
And that's all stuff that's just a question of time.
I was really worried that I was gonna have to roll that. I was like, oh man, because I screwed that up.
I
on
mean,
the
you
streets.
critted.
It's
I
true.
had 8 dice and I rolled all ones. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, because Ohm is almost out of supplies, and that is good. That was a good time to end me having to do things. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So I was trying to make sure that we'd be able to run through all the like post score and giving everybody XP and all that kind of stuff here.
Yep.
So payoff.
Is that where we start?
For
I don't
half the
remember where we
score,
start.
yes. So the crew earns 2 grep per score by default. If the target is higher tier, they're not. Target is lower tier, they're not. Now, was this a minor job, a small job, a standard score, a big score, or a major score?
I think like it just started like as a smaller score, but became a big score when we realized it was a counting house and got their ledger and money.
Yeah.
So a big score is serious loot and is worth 8 coin.
What did we get for wait. What did we, not to like kill our own momentum, what did we get for Iron Hook?
Oh, I don't
Was it the
remember.
next tier up?
It might have been, because that one had a whole lot of like high level blackmail and all that kind of stuff to it.
Okay. So then big. Yeah,
a big score with serious loot is 8 coin.
Yeah, because I would imagine that these guys have a ledger, which means that's blackmail on a bunch of people. And the coin and these guys' personal items, they're all still here.
Yeah.
And whatever their intricacies were.
Yeah.
So are we just saying like a full 8 coin for all of that, or 8 coin plus?
8 coin is what you got from like all the money that they had there in the counting house and stuff like that.
Okay. So 3 would 3 each. How much do we need? We need 6 to fill up the vault, right? Am I
Yeah.
doing this math right? I don't think I am.
No, you are. That's 6
Yes,
more
you
to
are.
fill up the
There's
crew
6
vault.
more in the faces vault.
How about 2 for each of us? And
2,
then
4, 6, and then 2 into the crew vault.
that
Will
that'd be
that give us what
Yeah.
we need to upgrade?
I don't think we're
I
quite ready to
think
upgrade.
so. You will upgrade after this, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you were
So
2 rep away, and you earned 2 rep from doing a score.
okay, gotcha.
How much do we
I'm
need
going
to
now.
go up a tier? Because we
Crew-
will also
it-
get
what is it? Oh, I thought it was on this sheet. I was trying to find the thing where it's on the sheet.
Yeah, it's on somewhere.
where's Ethan went with all the knowledge, the extra knowledge.
8 times the new
times.
tier, so 24.
Is he
The answer is he's in
Thank
chat
you.
with all the knowledge.
Thank you, Ethan.
Divided by 2 because of patrons, so 12. Yes, so the crew does have enough for the upgrade.
10. Well, we need 2 more.
No. If you take 8 divided evenly across the 3 people and put 2 into the crew vault, you have enough for the upgrade out of the crew vaults.
Right. Yes. Okay. So we each get.
Yeah.
The crew gets
all
2,
the,
and each
all
and
the
each of us
characters
gets
get 2. All the characters get 2. The crew gets 2. The crew now has 12, which will pay for the upgrade.
Okay. Will you mark the crew, Mike?
Yeah. I mark the crew, and I can empty out the crew and mark you tier 3 and reset your meter.
Wow.
Check the covert drops box.
Wow.
We did it, guys. We did a thing.
We be big, y'all.
Yeah.
And is the presumption that, because one thing I was not connecting with is that our crew is bigger than the players that are on screen. So is the presumption that there is like faceless people in our turf, in our covert drop, or is it unmanned?
Yeah. The idea is that there are more members of the gang who are kind of like, background extras in this TV show, but who don't necessarily always get lines, and they don't end up being like, the stories don't evolve.
Okay.
So as we
it's
get
like
bigger,
in
we're
Assassin's
having.
Creed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, whenever you increase in tier like that, like Kess starts being more effective at doing things. There are a handful more kids join the gutter snipes. Like all those things scale up.
Okay.
As well.
So upon crew advance, each PC gets stash equal to tier +2. Is that anything that happens right now?
That should be a thing that happens right now, yes.
Oh, damn. Ethan's not here.
Nah, shit, Ethan. So that's 5 coin that we get in stash.
Yeah, that's 5 coin that
pretty
you
great.
get added to the stash, and I've been doing that as to every character in the crew when it happened, right? So like,
yeah,
when Scott stopped being able to make it to play Maisley, like, and you guys went up to tier 1, like I still get base in the stash, right? So like, Demon still gets 5 more in stash.
If I fill my stash meter and then there's the big box, is that big box just representative that I filled the meter, or is that an actual?
Sorry, off the character sheet, so I can see what it has there. Okay, so you're talking about like when you fill an entire row and then there's the one that's on the right that's black, has a black outline.
There's like a, well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
is that
it's
just representing
when you fill that one with the black outline, that's like your lifestyle rating. So like
your
if you're trying
retirement rating.
Yeah, like if you're trying to buy something and it's like, oh, that's a particularly expensive thing that you're trying to buy, sometimes we'll be like, okay, well, roll what your like lifestyle score So like, that's how much money you have. That's kind of your ability to sort of allow it around and buy things and stuff like that. And
So
that
it's the
also is
10th
the whole
coin
thing
of
from-
the.
yeah. When you
Okay,
fill the
that's-
row and that one, that affects that calculation. So yes,
Fill the
Maribel, when the time comes that she can no longer continue operating as a scoundrel, will have a small apartment somewhere. According to
Currently, we're gonna wait and see till she has a palatial estate, and then she's like,
Oh,
well, now I need to leave.
Okay, sorry, that was just the money part of this thing that we did.
That was awesome.
Yes.
The money part was so huge for us.
Dad's gonna
And we
be
did
so
it without
proud.
Demas. We did it without.
We can be left unsupervised.
So for the next question, was this smooth and quiet, contained, loud and chaotic, or wild and devastating?
Man, like nobody can pin this on us.
Yeah, no one knows it was us.
So it was
If
loud.
there's no heat, there's no rep, and you don't cheer up though.
But it was loud, but it wasn't like, wasn't like that guy saw Faceless in Masks, right? So I don't know.
So I wouldn't. So what are our choices again, Mike?
Smooth and quiet with low exposure, contained with standard exposure, loud and chaotic with high exposure, and wild with devastating exposure.
I would
there's a
say
wild-
contained.
There's like a wild minute or two, but then it ended.
I would say contained. Because we
'Cause we
like, not only
controlled it
did we
pretty
wreck it,
well.
but we cleaned it up too.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's also +1 if it happens on hostile turf. And I kind of feel
Oh.
like the billhooks may hit that. So that's 3, which is still short of loud and chaotic.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got rep, we got heat, and we got rep, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Entanglements.
can't believe we're a tier 3 crew. I cannot believe that.
We need to start taking over a lot more territory.
I know. We can
I
do
need
it.
2 of you to roll a 0 die fortune roll.
I'll roll 1.
The other.
5-2.
Oh,
So
submit.
that's 2. And
5-5. Can you toss up the heat thing?
The entanglements. Yeah.
Oh, well, the unquiet dead makes a lot of sense, honestly.
Oh, you've got 6 heat, so you're in that third column.
Oh, shit. I thought we had 3 heat.
Great.
No, you had 3 heat and you earned 3 heat, so you have 6 heat.
Wait, but don't we get to make the decision if it's a 5 or a 2?
Yes.
Yes, but on yours. But on my
No,
roll.
no. Hers, she rolled a 5 and a 2 with 0 dice, so hers was a 2. You rolled 5 and 5 with 0 dice, so yours is a 5. So the
Right.
2 options we have on the table are 2.
Oh, okay.
So I think we want to take the 2.
Come on,
The
demonic
demonic
can be
notice or
good.
show of force.
We've already dealt with that. Like we've told that story of demonic notice. But flipped or interrogated, like what is the actual like?
So flipped is in there. One of your contacts, patrons, clients, or a group of your characters switches allegiances due to heat on you. They are loyal to another faction now. That's flipped. And interrogation is the blue coats round up one of the PCs to question them about the crew's crimes. How did they manage to capture you? Pay them off with 3 coin, or they beat you up, level 2 harm, and you tell them what they want to know, +3 heat.
Okay, so why don't we do I know that like we just made this money and we're giving it up, but like we use 3 of the coin so that instead of getting 2, we each get 1 and just pay them off.
For interrogation.
Okay.
Is that okay with everyone?
Agreed.
I'm
Yeah.
100% okay with paying the cops off.
Yeah, we will do that.
Yeah, because they are in league with the bill hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just pay them off.
Yeah.
All
It's
right,
like
so then we will hit downtime next time. So that's it. Give everybody cookies. Crew, did we execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft operation?
yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
there we go. 1. Did we contend with challenges above your current station?
And they're the same tier as us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one?
I mean, honestly, getting in there and taking it was kind of. I mean, we were savvy. Like we planned.
Well, you
And that was
exploded
weird.
a whole bunch of ghost stuff, which definitely takes.
It was also
strange in my
strange.
book.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll take 2 for those. Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
Making
think
money
so.
and stealing shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's kind of neat to see how the crew dynamic is with just Maribel in charge, right? Of the people in charge, right? It's kind of neat to see that dynamic unfold.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
I really like that aspect of the roleplay today.
Did you feel there was 1 there or 2?
Like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, too.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then that puts us 2 away from another crew.
Nice.
Oh boy,
Probably
we
after
cleaned up.
I'm a fan. We have a lot of heat to take care of.
Yes.
Yeah, but I have. Maribel has
You have
something
ways.
to help with that. Mhm.
Nice.
Glad I got at least 1 coin. That way I can fully heal myself.
You know what? It's another session where I didn't take damage on Maribel.
That's awesome. Well done. Well done.
I'll make notes for next time. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was writing myself a note to make sure that Milos, Raja, and Demas get their stash. So, hey, Ghost, did you address a challenge with tracking your violence?
Yes.
Okay. Once or more than once?
You
1.
you used Hunt to find some stuff, right?
Yeah, you used Hunt to find people,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was only 1 roll. I mean, it critted, but it was 1 roll.
but you did it, and that is
Right.
the main part of your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take 2 cookies. Take it.
Okay.
Well, did you get 1 for each challenge you addressed with tracking or violence?
So I just then 1 because I'm saying 1 just because I only did really 1 thing. It helped a lot, but then Mike took away my violence when he made me
I
jump
thought
out
you
the
did.
window.
I thought you did act violent. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saving it for
Yeah, you held
getting
back
one
on
of
it,
the
and then that
dudes.
guy ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saving it because it was like I have a plan that's very Griffith, but I didn't get the opportunity to do it.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
No, that's all right.
Did you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem?
Yes, I did those things twice, a couple of times.
It was 2 XP. Maribel, did you address a challenge with deception or influence?
Influence. Well, and kind of deception with the guys in the alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because I kind of like faked. I was like, oh, pro clutch.
Yeah, just a civilian, a concerned
Mm-hmm.
civilian,
Yeah.
not like a rival
In the
gang.
wrong place. In the wrong
chasing
place
them.
at the
Fine,
wrong
there's
time.
such violence in the big city. Right? Like,
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm not here casing your shit. Gonna take it. I'm just
Mine.
a mild mannered maiden. Trying to enjoy the safe streets of Dogtown.
Yeah, good, wholesome Char Hollow.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, hanging
It's a
out where
2.
all the friendly people do here on Soot Alley. Like,
Yes. With all the butchers and the things. Yes.
Mhm.
yes. Okay. All right. So for everyone, did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
did
One if it
not.
was. Okay. Then
With
one if it was once. Two if it was more than once.
I think for me it was just the once with the cobbler and like doing all that. Like Ohm really does want the world to be a better place, and is like, I will, you know, frequent your store and all those things, and like endeavor for your world to get better, Mr. Cobbler, by weakening the people who do this to you. But that was just one thing.
Mine is the drive to do what Demas wants us to get done, like get money. So
Yeah. That totally told us what we were doing tonight, because there were a lot of options and only a couple of them were going to pay out anything.
right. Yeah. So that would be my one.
Okay.
Also, I don't totally like get the like Skulden thing. Like Maribel's just kind of like, what's wrong with the Yeah.
I do
But
kind of
she's
like
I've
that.
been
so playing
Imperial
it
all
up
my life,
so
and it has
well.
worked out fine for me. I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
but that is not a problem here nor there.
Yes. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session?
I was soft because I cared about
um Ohm almost put themselves into harm's way to do the mass thing, but I lost my opportunity there. But definitely soft, right? Like deciding to take on this like super violent gang
Yeah.
just because they like made some poor cobbler have a bad day
Yeah.
or
I'm gonna
life.
say reckless because Griffith actually was trying to be the voice of reason, and then it's like, do we really want to attract us? Oh, we're gonna attract us. Well, Maribel wants us to get that thing, so let me just walk down here to get
Mhm.
this
Charge
ledger.
straight through,
Yeah,
scoop
dude.
it off the table. Yeah.
If that attune roll didn't go well, you'd have been a snack,
Nom nom nom.
like a snacky snack, like not in a good way. So yeah, no,
So I at least got my reckless in. I was trying to get vicious in also, but it didn't work out.
yeah, it's all good.
Oh,
And I
all
like
right.
these traumas now.
They
I get it. I get it. If Ethan's still watching, I get it.
Yeah.
I
Don't
get
tell
it.
him that.
oh my god.
Ugh.
Oh,
I do get another advancement again.
again, you guys are gonna have like all the special abilities before this game ever goes to Leewar.
I don't even know. I have to look at everything again.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna get sharpshooter next.
spend some points and increase my. What is it that's like hand to hand fighting?
Skirmish, usually.
Skirmish.
All right, I need to get that up because there's a lot of times where I want Ohm to get in there, and they're just
I
not
think,
doing it because I don't have one of those skills. So I'm gonna do that.
yeah, I mean, let me pull it up because like skirmish is like we brawl, like we fight, right? And prowl is like I sneak up behind you and slip this between your ribs. Right?
Yeah, that is really Ohm's way. Ohm has good prowl though.
Oh, Ohm is actually at the limit on prowl.
Right, right. So yeah, I'm gonna up the skirmish, and I'm gonna look at the other things just because there's been some times when I wanted to do some more stuff in the prowess bucket, and I have felt weak in those areas. So I'll up my skirmish just so I've got some more flexibility here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
We
it is
did
certainly
it.
time to wrap up for us before I
Mhm.
fall asleep on my desk. Yeah. We got XP. We did a score. We got stuff. We'll hit downtime next week. Um,
Yeah, dude, this has been
What we
fun.
got?
This
Yeah,
was
it was-
really
it was
fun.
fun.
Like, we just like said, hey, let's completely change our direction, and you rolled and
Yep,
like
thank
gave
you,
us this
Mike.
really fun problem to try and solve on the fly. That was really great, dude.
Hmm.
Because you had 0 time to plan that, and then it was great. So thank you.
Ha, the joke's on all of us because Blades in the Dark I just don't plan anyway. So
That's phenomenal.
no,
Okay,
there's somebody there and you want to kill him? Cool, here's a claw. That's
let's do it that way. Yeah. Well, everybody at home, thanks a ton for tuning in. This has been a blasty blast. Jagos, you're a manimal for hanging out on all of these. We love having you around. And everybody else as well. Thank you a ton for being awesome in chat and hanging out with us while we take over territory and start a gang war, because that's what we want to do.
We look forward to Ethan coming back and cleaning up the problem that we just created.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Let's invent a whole new enemy and go and just pick a fight with them. Throw some sand in their eye.
There you go. We got money.
That's right. Awesome. Well, everybody home, let us sign off here. Oh, should we raid somebody? Is there anybody on that would be fun to raid?
Happy Jacks is on. Cave Geekar is on.
What are they?
Slapdash is on.
So Happy Jacks is doing Savage Worlds. Quest and Chaos is doing Baldur's Gate.
Cave Geekar is playing a game.
Oh. What are you doing playing? Well, let's do Savage Worlds because World War Z zombie game. And I know some folks that don't like the scary stuff, like me. So we're gonna
World
raid.
War Z is not a scary game. It is literally just bullet sponge zombies.
You say that. We're gonna raid Happy Jack. They are playing Savage World, which is another great RPG, and it is good times. So we're gonna head over there. Everybody at home, thanks again. As always, have fun and play well.
May all your rolls be crits.